Welcome everyone to Be the Asylum. I just want to say, first of all, that I think it was very unpredictable that Cody Rhodes won the King of the Ring. I didn't see that coming at all. He he was the perfect guy to win the King of the Ring to go to SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. Yeah, and I also think that Jade Cargill, you know, her win was very unpredictable too. It was a right call for her to go to SummerSlam to face Tiffy because Tiffy time is over. It's gonna be J time. She's gonna become the new women's champion, nigga. So, welcome everyone to Being the Asylum. This will be episode 235. And yes, we will discuss Night of Champions that took place in Saudi Arabia, where everyone there went to go suck a blood money cock, whatever that CM Punk once said to the Miz back in 2019. And we'll talk about some other things too as well. So, um, obviously I am the natural born killer here. Now I don't know if anyone else is going to join as well, but I know who is here with me. That's the True J Bird.
That intro, man. That intro, that caught me off guard. Like, what?
Well, we need some diversity there. So,
Oh, diversity. Yeah. About diversity.
oh yeah,
um, but yes. Now champions is passed, and we got the king and the queen.
hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we will discuss that, folks. Some things that took place. Well, basically we're talking about before that took place and after also as well. When it comes to stuff that happened, which very interesting stuff that happened as well. We can into it. Um, but we'll get to that. Uh, First of all, I want to bring this up first before we talk about Night of Champions, and that is, it's been 16 years has passed since the passing of Michael Jackson,
Oh,
and
oh wow.
yeah, um, now obviously on you know a lot has changed, with and basically a lot of things has come up as well when it comes to Mike Jackson's passing, but um, his what else is to say other than his legacy will always continue on, and there's no denying that what he brought to the music industry, no one can say
Facts.
that. Yeah, no one can say that he didn't give his all for our entertainment, not just what comes to listen to music, but also what comes to his performances and his music videos. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and even though he's no longer with us, there are still people out there that will still carry on of his legacy. What comes to impersonators, what comes to you know
Big facts.
the musicals,
Mm-hmm.
which by the way, I passed by the musical after went to visit New Jersey. And by the way, just want to clear things out too. By the way, that was I want to clear myself here that it was actually my grandmother's 87th birthday if she was still be with us. But yeah, um, she unfortunately did not make did not make it, but we still celebrate her birthday. We went to visit her grave and everything. But yeah, it was the age of 86 that she had passed. So it was her 87th birthday that we celebrated, and you know it was a not everyone couldn't be there, obviously. That could have visited there, but you know but we did the best we could, to celebrate her birthday, and there you go. But after that, that's when we you know went past Manhattan, and I saw it there. Like, cool, that's cool. And I was saying to myself, someday I'm gonna go to that Michael Jackson musical because I heard some great things about it. And and then I saw something about it won 4 Tony Awards. I think it was. I could be wrong. I gotta look back at it, but by looks of it, look at it said it won 4 Tony Awards. So if something like that wins an award like that when it comes to this musical, you know, and after hearing about some good reviews from people saying that it was a great musical, which there's there's no way to not do any justice when it comes to what Michael Jackson has done to influence everyone, and this musical was definitely one of them. So so I got to everyone's word to the great assault, and again, if I do get a chance to go there, I'm gonna find the time to do that. Hopefully this year I will. But speaking of this year as well, now I'm pretty sure it is this year. It's also what comes to Michael Jackson. His bio movie will become. Oh, I think it's gonna be this year as well. Let me just double check. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it is. Um, all right, one moment. I know the name is the movie is Michael, and what comes to the movie Michael is going to be obviously. I mean, there's been other movies of Michael Jackson as well, but when it comes to TV movies, some movies that that they doesn't make it to theaters. But this one this will be one of those movies that will be making it to theaters. What comes to Michael Jackson again? I'm thinking I think it's called Michael, if I'm not mistaken, and it's played by one of his nephews, who is I believe the son of Jermaine Jackson. But let me double check though. Jermaine Jackson. Yes, there it is. Here it is. I finally found it. um. So yes, it will come out. Okay, actually, it's gonna come out in 2026, which is good. Yeah. Um. Because again, I'm pretty sure they're still putting a lot of works into it when it comes to this movie. So um, and that's something I'm definitely be looking forward to. And the casting, by the way, is very interesting too. We have your Nia Long. Now, trying to remember who she playing as. Oh, okay, yeah, she's playing Katherine Jackson, which obviously the mother of Michael Jackson. Some guy named Coleman Domingo. Don't don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he's gonna be playing the role of Joe of Joseph Jackson, the father. And by the looks of him, I won't say he looks like Michael Jackson's father, but you could just try do whatever they can do when it comes to the makeup artists and all that. So, but actually he's gonna be portraying as. Um, there's some other names I really don't recognize here that much. Um, that's gonna be playing playing some roles for you know for cast of these cast playing other celebrities like um yeah there are some names here that there I don't know who they are. They're I guess they're gonna be making names for themselves as they're you know playing this playing on the roles. Someone I don't know who's gonna be playing Jermaine Jackson, Marlon Jackson, um, Tito Jackson, and then obviously they're gonna also have the kids, the young kids, casting, after the younger the younger selves of Jackson families. So um, someone named Joseph David Jones, don't know who he is, but he's gonna be playing the role of Jackie Jackson, the older brother of Michael Jackson, by the way. Uh, you got Kate Graham. She's going to be playing the role of Diana Ross. Um, Zoran Tate. He's going to be playing the role Barry Barry Gordy. The founder of Motown. Uh, someone named Jessica Sula is going to be playing Latoya Jackson. Which is the older sister. Is the older sister of Michael Jackson. And again, and there's someone going to be playing as Quincy Jones. Someone named Kendrick Sampson. Don't know who that is. But yeah, some of these uh cast castings here are it's gonna be very interesting. And again, what comes to this movie itself, I can't wait to see how this movie is being presented once it gets its chance to be shown on the big screen. And that's all what comes to the to paying homage to the late great Michael Jackson. Now this is 2026. Doesn't really give you the date yet or when it's gonna be released. So we're gonna find out when it's gonna be released. Now, obviously, they're gonna show a trailer because I don't think they haven't even done a teaser of that yet. Not that I know of. But I'm pretty sure there has not been. And if you've seen any trailers out there on YouTube when it comes to Michael Jackson movies, I'm pretty sure that it's not accurate. You know, hell, I never checked them to see myself because cause I know that the official trailer has not come out yet. Just like when it comes to Wicked for Good, where it comes to that trailer, where people always was saying out you know some video out there, or when it comes to it, to let everyone know that this could be the trailer. where the trailer hasn't even come out yet, and it hasn't been announced yet when it's going to come out. So at least I followed the right people, the right sources when it comes to when these actual trailers was going to be coming out when it comes to Wicked. So that's going to basically be the same thing with Michael Jackson here when it comes to the movie Michael. So that's going to be something to look forward to. My guess, what I think it's going to be coming out again. We'll probably will hear it from Lionsgate, because Lionsgate Studios is involved in this. But Lionsgate will eventually release it, and also not just Lionsgate, but also Universal Pictures. When it comes to to the channels on YouTube, yeah, you could definitely just subscribe to them of that notion, the notion, or or follow them, or however on their sites, whatever, to give you hints of like a teaser, and then maybe the official trailer will come out. So that's gonna be something to look forward to once um they get it all done. So, but yeah, but 16 years of Michael Jackson. Wow, him has you know my thing is what comes to that is that if he was only still around, and I'm talking about 16 years ago, what comes to it, if he didn't die, because if you ever seen the movie, what comes to the rehearsals of This Is It, and they show all the stuff that Michael Jackson was going to be wearing, during of his songs, his one of his greatest songs hits of all time. That's gonna what comes to the outfits he's gonna wear, and they're very interesting outfits too. So it was not gonna be one of those things where he's doing the old school, wearing his usual stuff that he always wear. It was obviously what comes to Thriller. It was gonna be a Thriller jacket, but with blood. Um, it basically looked like it looked like blood dripping. That's basically what it was, which was cool. And and again, if you ever seen that movie, and they show that part, and show most all those parts of all those different, those different jackets he was going to wear, and obviously he's going to still be smooth criminal too as well. When it comes to that, outfit too as well. But basically, when it comes to those outfits he's going to wear, that was going to be very interesting. Like this looks cool and everything. And as you're watching the movie, because you with me watching the movie, at that time, me watching the movie, like this looks pretty cool and all and everything. And then you come to the realization that after seeing this movie, because he was already gone at that time, you feel depressed because, oh man, that's right. He again, this movie was made after he died. Basically showing us all the rehearsals that he was doing, and and people that was chosen when they were auditioned to be on to be with him this world tour. That was gonna be his final world tour, by the way, which is why he called This Is It. And when it came to the outfits he was gonna wear and all that, and he never got a chance to wear it, which is unfortunate. And that's the realization of, it was cool that they're showing us all this and everything, and he's gonna be wearing those, to perform. But then we came to the realization, yeah, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. So that in there, so I guess when it comes to that, it will never see the light of day. When it comes to it, it'll be forever, or like it'll be sealed, like in sometimes some museum or what comes to it. So, but either way, but Michael Jackson has left us a lot of marks, when it comes to what he brought to the table. And even when we're gone, it'll still be more mentioning of Michael Jackson um for years to come. So rest in peace, Michael. So with that out of the way now, let's get to what you guys actually want us to talk about. So as I get ready to pull it up, we're gonna talk about Night of Champions.
Yep. By the way, Michael Jackson was a one-hit wonder. Oh what?
Oh yeah, someone will tell you that. If you know, funny thing about that, by the way, because I remember, when I when I first saw that video from him. You know what I'm talking about. JH.
Yeah, yeah. It
Um,
ain't easy to manage.
the way he was the way he was giving examples and describing of why he was overrated. It was one of the most ridiculous things of what he was saying. Um, the one thing that caught me was like, what why he was overrated. He was overrated because he lied about you know bleaching his skin or something like that, or something about getting plastic surgery, something like that. And like, I'm like, listen to that part. Like, what's that got to do with him being overrated? What? And then somebody else talk about how he was overrated as well. Um, basically, it was he. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know why he was overrated. In fact, he also said, one of his favorites too, by the way, Elvis Presley. He even did a video about Elvis Presley of why he was overrated too as well. And like, but you're a fan of him. What? So the content he made makes absolutely no sense, and you try to find ways how he's trying to explain things, like how Dave Meltzer tried to explain his 5-star ratings. That's basically the equivalent of JH there, except Dave Meltzer is more smart than him, but still. But then again, I guess it needs to being Irish, with some. But I'm just saying. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get to Night Champions, folks.
All right.
So Night Champions took place from uh, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in the Kingdom
Mhm.
Arena, and obviously on June 28th, 2025 was the time. I mean, was the day I should say, and the time was obviously like around what 3 p.m. In the afternoon, because over there
Yeah,
it's
around that time. Yeah.
yeah, because over there was a different time zone. Now obviously I didn't watch it live. But I did end up come back from work. I can't remember if it rained on that day too, if and I was already back home. I can't remember. No, I don't think it did. Uh, but anyways, um, but but you have, let's see, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. Yeah, those two on commentary. Uh, yeah, it was those two. Okay, so I was just double checking. 'Cause I thought maybe I was also on don't remember, but okay, I remember also. You also have commentators from Saudi Arabia as well. So that's those commentators. But anyways, I was surprised with the opening of the show that it was going to be the King of the Ring tournament final with Cody
Yeah, I was
Rhodes.
expecting to start with the ladies.
Yeah, I thought so too at first, or at least they could
Yeah.
have, or at least with Rhea and Raquel, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah.
But it was Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Um, 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Now obviously these two did have an interaction before the show on SmackDown. Kuros
Yeah.
was good. Yeah, Kuros usually was going to cut his promo, but got interrupted like he did like he got interrupted last time. Um,
Hmm.
I thought to myself, okay, Kuros is not gonna say anything, but come to find out, because I didn't watch it. Obviously, I didn't watch SmackDown, but I heard something about what happened on SmackDown. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Technical issues
yeah,
that happened.
and it had nothing to do with WWE. It had nothing to do with Netflix. It was
No,
happened.
with a camel.
It was Saudi Arabia. Had
Yeah.
the feed for a reason. The feed. Something happened with the feed. Some people were of what I was hearing. And I was laughing about this, saying that the camel may have
Yeah.
in the something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Like they probably was chewing on the cable or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, you know what? Yeah, we'll stick to that. It was camel's fault.
Yep. If you
Oh
gotta blame
man.
something, let's blame on the camel.
Oh man. But eventually they did do this segment. Not even though they there was all reports that were into segments they was waiting and Randy Orton was doing something to entertain the fans whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um and they Cody Rhodes made this something to entertain the fans too, and it took them a long time to finally do to get something fix. Um
Well, for what I saw, because they did release the YouTube video.
yeah
They
yeah
it was recorded basically like they, how, like sometimes they'll record like on their phones, like they'll have like special phones to like record,
yeah
you know, like those special shots that you see in promos. That's basically what they use to like show the rest of the promo. For
yeah.
what I saw, so yeah, so that's basically how we were able to see the promo that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't watch it live at the time because um,
I mean,
I don't have cable.
who would 3 hours?
Well, no, those days are done at least for right now.
I
You
mean,
hear
for
the news.
now, of what I'm hearing,
I think it's
we'll
coming
see.
back this Friday actually in 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they are going to do 2 hours for which is fine.
yeah,
Um,
which I think they said originally was going to be in July that they were going to go back 2 hours. So
mhm.
yeah, I guess they kept their word.
And
But
we shall
yeah,
see.
yeah, let's see how long that lasts. But but yeah, I saw the promo. It's pretty good promo. Obviously they have a lot of history. They're after the same goal. Going after John Cena for what John Cena did to them. So they had a common goal. You know, and obviously we got the match. Finals of King of the Ring. It was really interesting. Cody was a little more aggressive in this match.
Hmm hmm
He wasn't being like that righteous baby face. You know, he was really aggressive. Like when Randy I think he hit the RKO or like some other move, and like obviously landed on his back, and obviously he was selling that his back was hurting because obviously back problems, you know, and he was going after the back, which is smart, smart, but
hmm
like you don't really see Cody do that. You don't really see him like go after an injury, like not really like that. So I thought it was really really interesting. Joe more aggressive because I mean it makes sense. I mean it's for the King of the Ring, you get a title opportunity at SummerSlam, so I get it. But you're not really used to seeing Cody like that. You know, but yeah, it was a really good match. Going back and forth, RKO's, crossroads, Cody cutters. Um, there was this really cool counter with the RKO where like Randy was going for the well no Cody was going for like the disaster kick, beautiful disaster kick,
Yeah,
and then obviously Randy counter with RKO, which that was pretty cool visual right there. Um, Also, I remember that Randy, he was going for the punt. He was going to punt Cody, but then he hesitated because like at first he didn't want to do it, but then he was psyching himself up. I guess the voices was telling him, "You got to do it, man. You got to do it." I guess he was listening to the voices, and he tried to go for it, but then that's when Cody countered, and I think he countered with crossroads. Um, Obviously Randy Orton kicked out. Um, Another thing I remember, Randy Orton grabbed a chair. It looked like he was going to use the chair to to hit Cody Rhodes, but then he would have got disqualified. But then obviously the ref said no, you're going to get disqualified. It's a chair, and you see Randy untying the turnbuckle pad to expose the steel, which was part of his plan to distract the ref, and he was going to use it on Cody. He was going to hit him like in the head with it, but then Cody countered. I think he was going to hit Randy with the head with it, but then he countered, and then I think like Rennie was running to him and he hit the edge, he hit the steel like on his side and then hit the crossroads. And then that's what got him the 1, 2, 3. That's how he won.
and he won.
Yeah. And And something I noticed, like, I mean, I'm sure you noticed, everyone noticed. Um, well, I mean, you know, during the entrance, they were still cheering Cody Rhodes, like they were singing the song, and you know, they
Yeah,
were, obviously singing, and they were cheering him. But then, like, once the match was, was going, Cody was kind of getting some boos. It wasn't like a huge boo, but like you definitely heard some boos, And when
I'm
they were
pretty sure
doing the
Omega
yay,
was right there with him.
oh, yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah, it's like see, even Saudi gets it. The American trader. Um, but yeah, they were trading blows, and Randy was getting the yay, and Cody was getting the boos. Oh, and by the way, freaking Saudi, when they were singing Randy Orton's song, oh my god, they were loud,
They were loud.
bro. They were loud. They were just as loud as freaking Leon France and Backlash like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, they were.
They were singing everything, like not even just they talked to me. They were singing everything. Like they loved them some Randy Orton, man. So
And
that
you
was
can
really
say
cool to see.
and you can say what you want about the governments for Saudi, but you cannot take away of your the innocence of these fans.
Yeah,
You know
the fans, man. Yeah, the fans, they show a lot of love. They are loud. They will they whenever they show up, like whenever WWE shows up to Saudi, those crowds are going to give them their all. You know,
hmm
so I will give the Saudi crowd, that like they are really loud. They cheer, they boo like really loud, man. So I do appreciate that.
hmm
And yeah, obviously Cody Rhodes, he won the crown. He's the king in the ring, 2025 king in the ring. Um, I guess now it really fits, his kingdom. I am my kingdom. I wonder if he's gonna have a special crown for him. Well, I mean, he does have a skull crown. So I guess yeah, he has that. But yeah, so he won. Um, and he was kind of promo. You know, some people were booing. Um, he was showing some respect to Randy Orton, and Randy Orton didn't look really pleased. Um, he still looked pretty mad. Um, what else could I say? Um, I think basically said like he's gonna go after John Cena, become WWE champion,
the
basically.
either the CM Punk or John Cena. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So and it felt more like he didn't like say it, but to me it felt like he's gonna become WWE champion no matter what, like by any means necessary.
hmm
Um, and remember one of the asylums, one of the BTAs we were talking about, like how we might get a Cena and Cody like double turn.
Yep.
I think we might the way what happened with the Night of Champions. I think we might get it. The way it's looking, especially what
Yep.
happened in the main event, which we'll get to.
Oh yeah, we will get
Um,
we'll definitely get to that part.
but yeah, it was definitely a good opener. The fans were electric for this match, which I
hmm
mean, no surprise, it's Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Of course, it'd be electric. And yeah, really good opening. Obviously, Cody won. I know Megan's really happy about that. Yeah. So
all we'll say is that hey, you can't be upset with that. We all knew this was happening. We all knew
y'all,
this was gonna happen.
yeah, you really can't get mad about it. I mean, we
No,
knew it was gonna happen. So
we all knew this was gonna happen.
yeah, I already know. Like if Omega says like, he played politics. He said he's in Triple H's ear. Like I don't know about Randy. He's had his time. I think it's my time.
Oh
But
my god.
yeah,
But for me, what comes to this, Clay Rose, he sure he sure got the shot, either way, because he did beat Cena, you know, back at
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank,
He
and
did pin him.
he didn't really need his skin to ring to get a shot. He could just waited until it was time, because if they wanted
Yeah,
to do this match, with Cena and Cody, rematch from WrestleMania, they could say done it right after this event was over, and then they could announce it leading up to SummerSlam where Cena's gonna obviously pure SmackDown. I don't know if it's be for this week or maybe next week. I don't know, whatever. But I think Cody Rhodes can confront him and say, "Remember, I beat you." And he wants
in
a
the ring.
rematch.
Yeah.
And Sami Zayn could have been the one to win King of the Ring. That way, it could have been him and Gunther going into SummerSlam.
Yeah, I would like to see, Sami Zayn and Gunther, but I feel like they're saving Sami for Royal Rumble
They are.
most likely next year. So
They are.
I guess they didn't want to waste it on Sami, because we figured if Sami was gonna face Gunther, he wasn't gonna win. Not SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So I guess they just want to wait till next year WrestleMania.
And we'll get to Sami Zayn. We'll get to his match.
Yep.
So, but all right. There's somewhere I'll try right now. It might keep me out of the stream. So let me see if I can try to do something, and then I'll come back in.
All right. But yeah, man, Cody Rhodes is your new. Is your new King of the Ring. Yeah, so let me see what Tokyo said. 2025, AEW been better than WWE. I don't care. E-Drones, stay mad. 2025 been worst year for E. I don't know if I said the worst year, but I mean, okay, I say for Triple H's WWE, it's not his best, definitely. It's one of his weaker years in terms of Triple H being in control. But I wouldn't say it's the worst year. I don't know. It would have to take something really, really drastic. Well, I guess, besides, The Rock, no showing the rest of the build up for WrestleMania. That was kind of drastic. But other than that, I won't say it's the worst year, but it hasn't been his best year. It's kind of mid. I say it's more mid, to be honest. But I mean, I will say this: AEW is getting a little better. I am enjoying some of the build up for All In so far, which All In is actually this month, right? I think it's this month, probably in a few weeks. I'm gonna see if I can if I can order it maybe online or something. But
yeah, on July 12th, All In.
yeah. Oh, so that's 2 weeks then, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, in 2 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. So I'm trying to see something here. All right. So, but yeah, I didn't think it was gonna kick me out. When I switched it to desktop on my mobile phone here. Okay, it didn't kick me out, and then I realized, okay, it kicked me out 'cause it was loading. All right, but yeah, Tokyo. What comes to what you said there? What comes to 2025 for WE? It's not the worst year. I mean, yeah, Triple H ain't doing us any favors with his cooking,
Yeah, but
Um,
I mean, yeah, but I still, I wouldn't say it's the worst year in WWE. I still
it's
think
not.
2017, 2019 was a lot worse.
Yeah, believe me,
Those
there
were
there were a
bad.
lot there were a lot worse WEs, than
Yeah,
2025.
I mean,
But
1995 WWF. Lord.
Black Gamer said, yeah, I feel like 2025 is mid. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, you still have some good reviews. That happen. Like Leisure Chamber.
yeah. There's been
Um,
bright spots. There's been some bright spots. It
um,
hasn't been completely bad.
yeah, but besides that, and also comes to Jay still. Oh, we'll get to that by the way. But I got something for me to say about that one. Um,
Nope.
but all right. So after that match, with Clay Rose, Omega Red's mind that he buried Randy Orton. Um,
Okay, he probably would say that. Randy Orton got buried. Randy Orton is the most accomplished
well,
wrestler in WWE, but okay.
let's be honest. The first time Randy Orton got buried was by Triple H.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think 2024, 2025. I mean, 2005. I'm sorry, 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah,
and I hated it. But
I,
obviously,
I know you did. I know you did.
but let me see something here. What's this thing? Okay, never mind. But yeah, I was just checking something on here. But so then we get to what they call it. They call it the let's see. Oh yeah, Riyadh. The Riyadh Boulevard Street Fight, where the winner of this match will have to I would say something that'll be you know harsh, but I'm not going to because it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it as that.
Yeah,
But because they're saying Riyadh Boulevard, it could mean a lot of things when it comes to these type of street fights. So,
mm-hmm.
but anyways, but it was Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, and the match itself lasted 14 minutes. About I don't know if I mentioned it, but Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton was 19 minutes and 45 seconds. This match was 14 minutes, and very good match.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Really good street fight between Raquel and Ripley. You know, it's funny. I remember I saw a comment somewhere saying like it's kind of funny how like both Raquel and Rhea, like they both their names start with R's, and that both their
Hmm.
first and last names
That's right.
start with R's. Well, I mean, for Raquel, it didn't originally start that way, but nowadays it is. I thought it was really funny,
Exactly.
and also was funny. Roxanne, a name that starts with R, came out. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah, this is really a street fight. Uh, you know, Rhea obviously, got a huge reaction because obviously, it's Rhea Ripley. You know, people sent for her, so obviously, you know, she's gonna get a huge reaction. Um, I mean, we kind of predicted that Roxanne would get involved, which she did. Um, she was kind of looking like her bodysuit that she was wearing. She was kind of looking like Rhea Ripley's little sister, a little bit. Um, at least that's the vibes I was getting.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, she was trying to help out Raquel. Like it was working a little bit,
Hmm.
but obviously Rhea came back. Taking out Roxanne. She put a trash can on her and kicked it. So that pretty much took her out.
Bullied.
Yeah, bully. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess you could say Rhea was bullying Roxanne. So let's just say that.
That's what a bully would do.
Yep.
Put a trash can over someone that's smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. Time to take out the trash. That's not what she said
uh,
when she did it.
and by the way, fuck you, Michael Cole, for saying that some people say that she belongs in the trash. And fuck you.
Oh,
Fuck you.
damn.
Go get your back full of dicks and double on your face.
Oh, wow. Okay, you had to say that, right? I know. I know. Pat McAfee's there, and he said that. Oh, you'd be even more pissed. And it's like,
Oh
oh my
god.
god, see, that's another reason why I hate you.
Yeah, by the way, another bully, Michael Cole, saying that. So there you go. People,
but
why they have these perceptions of bullying Roxanne Perez?
well, I mean, she's a heel. I mean, she is a heel. So,
But anyway,
but uh, but yeah. So obviously, there was this really cool spot where they put the table on the top rope, and
mm-hmm.
I remember Raquel was gonna go for a move, but then uh Rhea counter it and she hit the riptide from the top. Um, yeah, I think it was. I don't think it was. I think she went through a table. Did she, or was it
No,
just on the
no,
canvas?
no, just down the mat.
Okay, so yeah, she pretty much did that. Hit the riptide. Avalanche riptide, and then I got her the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea really won. She won the match.
Yeah, so basically, um, you know, we were kind of wrong, but also right because Roxanne Perez did get involved, but Rhea still
Yeah,
because Rhea is a winner at the end of the day. Um, which is
I
great.
mean, I
You
said
know,
yeah. I mean, I did say either or. Like Roxanne was going to get involved, and he was either gonna help out. He was going to either help out Raquel or cost Raquel.
mhm.
Um,
Well,
it was kind of
luckily,
helping a
then,
little bit, but
yeah, luckily, it wasn't anything when it comes to costing Raquel, because
yeah, it didn't like really cost him. Yeah,
yeah, because it backfired either way. What they were trying to do.
yeah. And now knowing that we know now for like Evolution, you can see why Ripley won. You know,
Hmm. Yeah, because on
so
Raw, which it was the opening of the show, Rhea Ripley
mhm.
talks about how she put Judgment Day behind her, and I'm like, are you sure?
Well, it's just for now. Hopefully,
Because I feel like she hasn't escaped from that that whole thing with Judgment Day.
but just like the Joker once said, they were destined to do this forever.
Yeah. Oh man. But then that's when EO came out,
Yep.
and they went back and forth. Well, I want to say they went back and forth. Basically EO said what she said, and then basically was told by Anna Pierce. She'll think about it. No, I'm just kidding. That
No, you should think about it. Oh, but
basically, give her the choice to choose your next opponent for your women's world championship, and she chose Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley accepted and all, and they show respect and all that and everything, and there you go. Now I thought this would be the lead to SummerSlam, but no, they're actually doing it on Evolution instead.
I kind of figured it's probably for Evolution. Considering that's in July, it's coming in a few weeks. So
Hmm.
I kind of figured they're gonna, they want to put some big women's matches in Evolution. So I figured that'd be one of them.
Hmm. Yep,
So yeah,
and that was one of them.
I think I think they're probably saving Asuka versus Io SummerSlam.
I
I
think so
think that's
too.
what they're doing.
Now obviously, it depends if Oscar wins that battle royal, because the winner of that battle royal gets a shot.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I think Asuka will probably win, and then she'll get a shot at SummerSlam, and face Io.
Yeah,
So
uh,
that's one thing they're doing.
that's my I'm actually want to see a lot more. Is Oscar versus Io.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah.
Yep. But and then we get to um, Sami Zayn
Yep.
versus excuse me versus Karrion Cross with Scarlett.
Which is about time he's finally had a singles, PLE match.
Hmm.
It's been like 3 years since he had one.
Yep,
Ironically, on Jewel, that was his last one
that's
in
right.
Saudi Arabia.
But it was 13 minutes and 35 seconds and it lasted. The crowds were behind Karrion Cross, just like they were behind Sami Zayn, but I believe a lot more than with Sami Zayn than Karrion Cross. But people still
Yeah,
they still
yeah.
gravitate Karrion Cross.
Oh yeah, there was still some chance for Karrion Cross. Like there's some boost too because obviously he's a heel, but obviously
Yeah,
Sami Zayn got the
yeah.
most love because Saudi the Saudi Arabia crowd loves Sami Zayn. So
Hmm.
which you already knew like he was gonna get the bigger pop. You know.
Yeah. And the match was all right. You know, it
Yeah,
could have been could have been a lot better. Yeah, it could have been a lot better.
yeah, but for what they did, it was pretty good. Um, and Sammy got the win.
Yeah.
Um, he he was having a little bit of trouble, but Sami Zayn he came back and he hit the Haluva kick and he got the win. Um, Now obviously we know this wasn't a one and done because obviously we saw what happened on Raw.
Yeah.
Um, Karrion Cross attacked him. He attacked Sami Zayn while he was getting an interview. Um, he's basically yelling, tell the truth. And then he grabbed a steel pipe and then he hit him with it, like, hitting his ribs, hitting his
Hmm.
midsection.
Hmm.
And then, that's when the refs and, security came in to like stop it. And he walked away, doing his
Hmm.
dirty work. So, which I figure, yeah, this ain't gonna be no one. They're gonna have another match. They got to.
Yeah.
And Yeah. So most likely, probably SummerSlam, and maybe that's when Karrion Cross gets his big win. So they're probably going to save that big win for SummerSlam. So,
Yeah, that's right.
so we shall see. We shall see.
And when it comes to this match itself, um, not so bad for Karen Cross taking for a guy who's afraid to take bumps.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, I was hearing that whole like rumor saying, oh, he doesn't want to take bumps. Like, he's afraid to take bumps. He's
Yeah,
probably injured.
Wade
Um,
Keller from the Torch. Um, talks about he was talking about I remember the gist of it, what he was saying, but basically um talking about how he's afraid to take bumps, and because of that, of this is part of the reason that WWE doesn't want to give him a push because he's afraid to take bumps. He doesn't want to take bumps, and I'm listening to that. I'm like, so you're telling me that Karrion Cross, who's not being used on TV for that much, even though he's been wrestling on main events and taking some bumps, he- and you're telling me he's not getting the push that he should be getting. Where fans are giving him reactions every time he shows up on doing these cameos backstage, wherever, that
yeah,
he's not
apparently he's afraid to take bumps.
yeah, and he's afraid to take bumps, and because of that he's not getting a push. Do you
Yeah, I think
do
even
you
like
hear how stupid that sounds?
yeah, exactly. And like I think like someone told Carrie about that rumor, and he just laughed at he just laughed about that. Like, come on, bro. He was definitely all I can say is he was definitely taking bumps in Night of Champions. He's taking bad
Yeah,
bumps.
yeah,
So
he was taking bumps fine to me, and like that's this notion
yeah,
of and I don't again I don't know how it was worded from Wade Killer on from the Torch and all that, but whoever came up with that notion of that's why he hasn't getting pushed because he just want to take bumps. That's the most ridiculous things I ever heard.
yeah,
Jeez. But anyways, but Karen Cross was fine out here taking bumps, so yeah, there was no issues with that at all. It's not like if he takes a bump he'll get hurt for taking this bump or that bump, and that's why he hasn't been wrestling. He's been wrestling on main event. Uh, but anyways, next match. Um, it was Solo Sokoa versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu defending his United States Championship. 12 minutes
mm-hmm.
and 5 seconds, and the match
Yep,
itself was it had to basically had to follow up Sami Zayn and Karen Cross, which was not hard because again I thought that match was all right, but this match was something, especially what
yeah,
happened at the end.
yeah. And obviously, Solo, obviously, he's still angry with Jacob, turn on him, say, you never loved me. I
Hmm.
loved you. I brought you here. And I remember he was even making fun of Jacob, like doing like the boogeyman, like shimmy
Yes.
that Jacob
Yeah.
does. Like,
Yes.
I saw something, dude. I was just laughing like, wow.
Now first
Like,
off, like first of all, you not, when you do it, you just look like you're having a seizure or something. Like, come on.
I
But
thought
I
it
was
was
laughing too.
hilarious.
I was laughing too though when he was doing that.
Yeah,
But so
yeah,
there's some hidden gems from Solo Man where he can show some personality there.
yeah. Especially like when he was doing it and like Jacob was behind him and then he did it. Like he actually, he did it and then I think he hit him with
Yes.
the German suplex. So
Hmm.
I thought that was hilarious. you know. Um, but yeah, now Jason Mateo is going to be a part of it.
Hmm.
He got involved, and then who we thought came out he didn't came out yet, but
Not
basically
yet.
we got the return. We got the return of the best in the world, Tonga Loa, bro. You got
Yeah.
the best in the world, man. And bro, he got a good reaction too. Did you hear the
Yeah.
reaction he got?
He did. Yeah, he
He
did. I
got
was surprised. I was
I was
shocked.
surprised. It's like I guess the memes, bro, that got him over. So hey, because he got a good reaction. Like he got a pop. So that I was actually surprised about that. But yes, man,
Yeah,
Tonga Loa is back, and guess what?
he didn't
He
botch.
didn't move and he didn't botch. So hey, that's a good sign. That is a good sign.
Oh
Hey,
my
so
god,
maybe he's gonna improve. But
maybe.
yeah, Tonga Loa is back. He attacked Jacob Fatu, like he hit him with a swinging neck breaker on on the top rope,
Hmm.
and Solo pinned him. He was almost gonna get the win, but then Jacob kicked out. That
Hmm.
was enough to take him out. Um,
Yeah, Jacob started fighting back.
yeah, he started fighting back. Um, and then I think he hit his finisher on Solo, and then
Oh yeah,
someone else came in, and it was what's his original name? I keep forgetting.
Hikuleo.
Hikuleo. Right. He finally debuted. Obviously
Yep.
we knew he was on TV because we saw like dark matches. So he is officially in WWE. But yeah,
Hmm.
he came out. He attacked Jacob Fatu. Slamming him through the announce table. Um.
Which didn't break.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't. I don't think it broke fully. It didn't fully break, but
We'll get to that. We'll get to the main event later. Well, I'm gonna bring that back up.
okay. Oh yeah. but But yeah, he brings it back to the ring, and Solo hits a Samoa Spike, which freaking Jacob Fatu, like he oversold, like he did like
To
how like
Rikishi.
Rikishi no would do like that flip. He
Yeah,
did that
Rikishi.
for the Samoa. Yeah, he did that for the Samoa Spike. He really sold that, and he
Yeah,
got the 1, 2, 3.
I appreciate that, by
Solo,
the way.
yeah, yeah, and Solo got the win. He pinned Jacob Fatu clean. He is the first one to pin Jacob Fatu clean, and he is now the new United States champion.
That's right. He was the first. I'm gonna call you Rose.
That wasn't canon. That's not canon. But
House of don't show.
yeah. Exactly. House shows don't count unless we make it count. But I guess on television, Solo's the first one to pin Jacob Fatu clean,
That's right.
and he became United States champion. Um,
His first
now I kind of
singles
saw.
title
I
on the
kind
main roster.
Yep, he won his first singles title in the main roster. That's right. Another mid card title because at first he was the North American champion, and now he's the United States champion.
Hmm.
So congratulations, Solo. I I had a feeling like if uh what's his name again? I keep forgetting his name. Uh
Hikuleo.
yeah, Hikulea. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. But like
Well,
I
well,
feel like if he would
that's not anymore because now they call
but
now he's Tola Lola. Tola Tonga.
yep, he's officially Talatonga. He is officially like the rumors that we heard, that is true. He is
And yeah,
Talatonga.
he finally made it to main roster, folks. He finally made it.
Yeah, he made it. Yeah,
Because there
he
was some
made it.
talks about that they're probably not gonna make it. you know. And by the way, that was Mills' word, by the way, saying he might not make it. Like, what do you mean might not make it? Like is he going to die or something? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by not making it?
What do you mean by that?
But it was more so to Lance and Wild that he's not going to make it.
Mm, okay.
But yeah,
But
um,
yeah,
which probably he is obviously he's going to make it to the main roster too. It's gonna be
yeah,
like it's gonna be we're gonna get more of the bloodline warfare here.
yeah, because now Solo like he has his new bloodline again basically.
Yeah,
Obviously we get the return of Tongaloa, we got Jason Mateo, and now we got Tala Tonga. So yeah, Solo finally once again has his own bloodline again, just with two different members, two new members. Now the question is, when Tama Tonga is able to come back when he's fully cleared, whose side he's going to be on? He's going to go back to Solo, or is he going to join? Is he going to join Jacob.
Well, obviously we all know it will be one moment. Okay. Obviously we know it's going to be Jimmy Uso involved,
Oh yeah,
and
since he's taking out Jacob, yeah, nowadays, yeah.
mm, and like I said, whenever Lance and the Y shows up,
Hmm.
because he's going to be involved as well. Where's that background? Um,
Yeah,
and again we're hearing some about Zilla Fatu coming in too as well. Which that's a possibility that he's also come in because he's part of the reality wrestling with Booker T. Booker T, when it comes to training
yeah,
his people over there on that show. Eventually they will come up
yeah. And I
to the
think it's also, yeah, I think it's also part of the WWE, ID program
yeah,
as
he
well.
is, yeah, because
Yeah,
reality wrestling is part of that whole thing.
yeah.
But
So yeah,
we shall
it's really
see.
interesting for Solo. He's finally, he's finally getting some gold. It's been a while, you know. Now he has this, his new version of the new bloodline again. No longer with the Jacob and Tama Tonga. Now it's Tonga Loa, Jason Mateo, and Tala Tonga. So it's gonna be interesting. What happens on Friday. Um,
Hmm. Yep, it sure is.
Again, like I said, like when Tama Tonga gets cleared, like whose side is he gonna be on?
And obviously, they're gonna find ways to fit Jey Uso in that role as well.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Yeah, I could definitely see Jay Uso get involved.
Because ain't gonna be
Um,
Roman Reigns anytime soon. Especially with
it's
him,
not.
especially from in the movie
Yeah, he's Street Fighter, by the way.
with
Street
already
Fighter,
Street Fighter Akuma.
and yeah, he's gonna play Akuma. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty interesting.
yeah. That's really interesting. Yeah, and it's funny. They also have Jason Momoa in the movie too.
That's right.
Yeah, so they're finally gonna meet each other, man. You're gonna
Yeah,
get
they
the dream
are.
match, man.
Oh my god.
Acknowledge Akuma.
That's gonna be interesting because Akuma obviously is is clean shaven. So it's gonna be very weird to see Roman Reigns clean shaven.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But then
nowadays
again,
he does have a beard nowadays. So like, the character, he does
yeah,
have a
then
beard.
then again, I remember Akuma did have a beard. So
Yeah. So I could probably see him like, having that like design, Roman Reigns.
hmm
Um,
and by the way,
it's
hopefully
gonna
they
be
get the Street Fighter movie. Hopefully the Street Fighter does it justice than the one from the
yeah,
'90s, which I thought was uh
it was yeah, it definitely wasn't great, but it was cheesy. It was cheesy fun. Like,
I mean it was just
um,
fun and at least they got the costumes right. But
yeah, at least they were accurate.
same time, yeah, it was a flop.
I did like Rule Julia as M Bison. I thought he did a pretty decent job.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
He did a really good job. And Ming as Chun Li, I thought was really great.
Yes, yes, she did. Yeah, my God.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, man, um, yeah, I definitely don't see Roman getting involved in that storyline since I mean, he already beat Solo for the Will Follow, so I don't think there'd be really any point of him facing him.
And and plus, his story when he comes back is going to be involving Seth Rollins' group, whatever that's supposed to his name, the name of the group is supposed to be, whatever.
Yeah,
Soon, by the way, you know.
is
Well,
the visionary, the vision.
all right. So yeah, that was that match. Then we get to the Queen of the Ring tournament final, Jade Cargill versus Asuka. Now this match only lasted 8 minutes and 35 seconds, which obviously, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's the right call for a match to be that short because Asuka had to carry Jade,
Oh,
who oh
wait, Jay, you mean Storm? You talking about
but
Jay
by the
was in
way,
the match?
that was great. By the way, I loved it.
Yeah, I love that costume, like with the all white like gold, you know, costume that
And
she had of like Storm. That was
it made
awesome.
perfect sense too because you're in Saudi Arabia, they got to wear the bodysuit, and that was a great touch there. Great touch
That
by
was the
Jay
perfect. That
Cargill.
was perfect way to have a bodysuit. So yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Until the bell ring.
Well, yeah.
I don't get it. Jay Cargill in AW, and yeah, she wasn't, she wasn't, Serena Deeb or a Trish Stratus or
Or Britt
who
Baker.
else, or who else want to put in, yeah, in there. What comes to being great in the ring, but at least she still had her own, in AW, especially when she was being trained under under the influence by Brian Danielson, and now here
Yeah.
in WWE, you know, being ultimate,
Yeah.
getting ultimate roster, instead of going to NXT, which we suggested, and we see the results of it.
Yeah. And it's weird because like she do be training. Like I've seen her like training. In the ring. Like I've seen like her and Ricky Saints like train. So it's not
Yeah.
like she's not training. I don't know. Maybe it's not. She's not getting enough training or what. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a little weird. I don't
I
know.
don't
Maybe
know.
it's like rust. Maybe, and I don't know. I don't know.
Uh,
It's definitely there's definitely been something off. You know, ever since she came back. To the ring. Um, I mean, her match with Naomi wasn't like too bad, but it wasn't what we expected.
no.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the pressure. Maybe some ring rust. I don't know. Something's going on. But she wasn't always like this.
Oh man, I I don't know what to say at this point with this. Um, but
Unless
it's,
lash out like you did with the Last Legend.
and,
Before.
and well, oh god, when she started, she was trash. She was
But yeah,
when Jay started, she was impressive.
yeah, she was. Yeah,
But
yeah. So like I said, it was pressure. I don't know. It was like uh ring rust. I don't know.
I don't know. Uh, but whatever is going on there, yeah. Again, you know, when it comes to getting caught to me roster too soon, this is a very great example of it. When it comes to someone like Jay Cargill. And I'm not saying she was, she was like Nia Jax was when she, well, what they call up early too.
No, yeah, no. Yeah,
No,
Nia Jax. Yeah, yeah. It definitely didn't work out for Nia Jax. In the first run.
and I'll say this: better us watching Jay Cargill wrestle than trash by Elegance.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Any day, bro. Yeah, any day.
But anyways, but yeah, I mean, there really much, no, really not much to say about this match other than Jay Cargill won, which by the way she botched her pin.
Yeah, she yeah, her sit down up in um, which I mean, the way it looked, I mean, shouldn't have me, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
but yeah, obviously she won the Queen's crown, the Queen of the Ring, which we figured because we know what they're planning for SummerSlam, obviously.
And she put the
Um,
crown. And she put the crown on, by the way. Something
yeah,
like
she
Carlos
put it
didn't
on.
do.
I mean, Cody did too, like for a little bit, like
I mean, for a little bit, yeah, yeah, he did.
yeah, but obviously he's not gonna have like a king gimmick, which I don't know.
No,
Um,
no, no, no.
Jade maybe like I can see probably um, and yeah, she also cut a promo, you know. And
Hmm.
by the way, she was kind of getting booed. She was getting some boozing.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
she did get blue, obviously,
yeah, it's kind of same.
because
It's kind of funny, Both Cody and Jay was getting boos, and their former AW,
maybe that's
AW
why.
wrestlers. I guarantee you, the Elite Jones like, look what happened, huh? Look what happened. Look what's going on. You're getting booed, huh? If you just stayed, it would have been different. Don't come crawling back to us.
Oh man.
but uh, but yeah, and also I saw this video of like when Jay Cargill was like leaving, or she was giving some high fives to fans because obviously not all fans was boo her. You
Yeah.
know, there's some fans giving some high fives. And there was someone booing, And she said like, boo your mom. It's like, boo is like F you. Like like I thought it was a little funny. But yes, she's now Queen Jade. Like she's officially a queen. And I can officially call her a queen. Queen Jade.
Yeah, there
But
you
yes,
have it.
we're gonna get Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. And I'm gonna say is for both Tiffany and Jade, proceed with caution.
There you go. Because it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Whether during or after, it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So all
So
right.
yeah, and then the final match, before
The
we get to this
main
match,
event.
yes, which before we get to this match itself, which that what comes to John Cena, the WWE champion,
Mm-hmm.
who's a chef at the professional wrestling,
Okay, stop.
versus the cult of personality, CM Punk.
You
26
mean
minutes.
basic Punkonomics?
Oh, we'll get to that by the way. But
Oh, yeah.
this match lasted 26 minutes and 15 seconds. Before we get to that part, by the way, we got to get to the kickoff shows they did. That they're calling it, by the way. To me, it's the press conference. I don't know why they call it the kickoff, but whatever. But basically, it comes to CM Punk being booed in Saudi Arabia because of the comments he made.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did get booed in the kickoff. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, CM Punk addressing, to this guy Muhammad in the crowd who said,
Yeah, because
basically,
he had the tweet that
yes,
Punk
yes,
did. So yeah, you see this? You see your type? Apologize.
apologize. Even though even though Punk did delete it, but when it comes to the internet, it's always going to be there.
It's always gonna be there. They're not gonna forget.
They're not
So
going to
yeah.
forget. So Punk, in his words, saying that Muhammad wants him to apologize, and but it was not anything against Saudi Arabia. He just woke up grumpy, and he was
That sounds
and
good.
he was more angry at the Miz of it, and he apologized to Miz, which he did.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. He did.
and then Punk, and while Punk was saying this, by the way, here's the crowds, and that were there. They were chanting, "Shut the fuck up!"
Oh yeah, they were like,
Yeah,
yeah, they were like, dang, do you want
Get-
him to apologize? Not.
keep that in mind as I'm saying this. So Punk, as he's explaining himself about all this, and they're chanting that, and then we get to the part where Punk's saying to Muhammad, "I apologize to you in Saudi Arabia, for what he said," and as soon as he apologized, he said that he's sorry, he's sincerely sorry, and what he said, the entire crowd were going crazy. Yeah, see yeah, Punk. But y'all were just saying, shut the fuck
I
up
guess
to him.
they're waiting for it. They were waiting for it. It was like cut to the chase. It was like cut to the chase. Just say you're sorry.
I guess an
We don't care about
apology,
the explanation. Just say you're sorry.
I guess an apology, oh
They
no,
just
man.
wanted to straight up you're sorry. That's what they wanted. All right, hey, they got it. So all I
They
had to do was apologize, and that's what was on the side. Bro, could you imagine though if like Funk was like, if he told us like, I apologize that I didn't say it sooner. Like
Wow.
he's like, this country sucks. You fans suck. Like imagine if he went there, bro. Oh man, he would have got mega boos. But now he apologized.
Or
And,
or
he got no.
or I apologize. Um, they're all soft, just like your fears are soft.
Oh yeah. There's like, did he say that AEW once? Yeah.
Yeah, it was I don't know what the exact words of it, but basically, I'm sorry, your favorite wrestlers or your
Or
or
just as
soft,
soft as you. Or no. I think he said like, I'm sorry that you guys are just as soft as your favorite wrestlers are.
something like that. Yeah. Oh my god.
No, you should have pulled a Bret Hart. Like, and for you, the Saudi Arabia crowd, I apologize for nothing.
Oh man,
The Saudi Arabia fans can kiss my ass. Wow. Oh, he would have got mega boost, bro. But nah, he
kiss my American ass.
yeah.
Yo, CM Punk, yo, we're gonna CM Punk.
Yeah, kiss my American punk ass. But yeah, I saw that. I thought it was hilarious. So
Yeah,
and yeah,
and but there was another thing.
so now fans.
But there was another thing. Yo, because apparently when people saw this video that went viral, the people took it as CM Punk pushing a fan away, shoving a fan away.
Oh yeah,
The little kid that came up to him.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you even know what a push and shove looks like?
It's like, yeah. When I saw that, it's like, bro, he didn't push no kid.
He all he did was brush him off. Because I mean, first of all, I don't know where the little kid's parents were at. This little kid, trying, it's trying. I get it. The kid, it's a fan of Punk and everything and all, but
Yeah, yeah.
but come on,
Like,
come on, he can't be doing that, Now, could have been handled differently. Yeah, I would say it could have handled a little differently. What comes to it,
but he didn't like.
but
yeah,
Punk didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, he didn't like push him away. Like, no, he didn't do that.
I swear, these people will find any reason to the crap on CM Punk every chance they get.
They'll find any reason. Yeah, they'll find anything. Like, oh, you see what he did? You see, he pushed the kid away. You see, this is why I hate him so much.
I guarantee you, if there were juries for a murder trial for someone that's innocent, they will find that person guilty.
Yep. They'll probably use like he's guilty. You know why? I have evidence. Look what he did to this kid. He pushed him away. He doesn't be in jail.
Coming to Saudi jail.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous.
But obviously he found he ends up finding the kid. Obviously probably with security whatever, it's not that whatever. And he took pictures whatever and everything. So yeah, all's good now.
Yeah, all is good. Yeah, so.
But yeah, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
This PG Punk. Oh boy.
Yes. A nut burger. It was basically a nut burger. That's basically what it was. Like people.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man. But anyways. But then we get to what happened on SmackDown. What comes to first of all, John Cena came out and I don't remember what he said really, but it wasn't what Cena said.
Yeah.
I remember. I think he may say he's the greatest of all time. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, he is.
And then all of a sudden we hear the Doctor Tokonami's theme, and like, what the hell is this?
When I heard that, I was like, oh no, don't tell me Punk's doing this.
And then and then I saw the Timetron. It says Punk Life. Like, I
was like, oh my god, no, he's not. Dude, I was marking out when I saw that. Like, what?
I hope he's not doing what I think he's gonna do.
And he did. He came out, bro. He was wearing the Chicago Cubs jersey because obviously he would. And he had the jorts. He had the hat. He had the chain. He was doing like the the symbol.
Now I couldn't tell. But I don't know if he was wearing camera sneakers too. But I'm like, oh my god.
That was freaking wow.
I'm looking at this and like, you look ridiculous, Punk.
That was hilarious, bro. That was funny.
I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, it was on the left, obviously, but my god, man. Punk, I'm sorry, you look better as a gangster in a suit and a fedora hat than you looking like a wannabe thug. But then again, that's something that Cena's been doing all these years. Pretending to be something he's not.
I mean, worked out. Working for him. It worked out for him. But
yeah,
I saw this like, no.
But the brash ring that he was wearing, Knuckles whatever. It said drug free. Like, oh my god.
I need to get those, man. I gotta get that. Yo, that
So
was great. Dude, I was dying, bro. Uh, and he
uh,
started, and he was rapping.
and
He
he
was
was rapping,
rapping, bro.
and I'm about to
Oh,
read. I'm about to read exactly what was said on there
okay.
because me listening to the dialogue that he did, when it comes to him rapping, I like stick to doing your regular promos, punk. Uh, I like I thought it was terrible, but we'll get to something that I thought there was some good stuff on there,
Yeah, there was some good
but
stuff. Wasn't
because
all perfect, but there was some nice spots of the rap
yeah,
that he did.
obviously, yo, because obviously he's not. At least with Cena, he knows how to do it well. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he yeah, he's actually good at rapping, especially with theme songs, and during Rules of Aggression era, his entrances.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what saved his career, rapping. So
hmm and I got points out, when Punk come out, to the theme and then looking like Cena did during the Discretion era, Cena had the look on his face, surprised, disgusted, and all.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, fuck off.
well, why why though?
Then oh yeah, I hate when he looks. He always got to put that look on his face. Look, it looks so
I just hate his face. I hate everything about him.
and and obviously I don't dislike everything that Cena does. Obviously, I mean, you talk about a guy who used to be a fan of Cena during
Okay.
when he first came in, um, but I was
Long
never
term.
I was never a fan of his thugonomics thing. Um,
Really?
and I'm not saying not saying the raps that he did was wasn't bad. I thought there was some parts that were good that he did. I enjoyed him rapping, but at the same time, like I didn't care for that gimmick that he had. I didn't care for him just because I knew that wasn't really him.
I feel that was a part of him. You
Oh man, but yeah, but I can't hate on the for putting off well. Even though again
Yeah,
I never thought of him that way for a guy who grew up in a nice neighborhood. But anyways, but
so
anyway,
he could be rough too.
but let's get to what Punk said here. Bobby, I'm not gonna rap. I'm just gonna read it. I'm not gonna because I not even me can pull off a rap. But this is what Punk said. He said, "Yo, check it. This is basic punkonomics." And I'm like, oh my god. Well, he's got that part right. He is a punkonomic.
Basic economics. Yep.
And said that this clown uh patronizing his pipe bomb. So he's stealing word life.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Punk, you didn't pull it off well.
Yep.
You just look like a man who looks like he's going through a midlife
The
crisis or
midlife
something like
crisis.
that.
Yep.
But then again, someone also was going through midlife crisis too, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But look at you now.
Yeah. Look at you now. My
But
monkey, shut the f up! Wow.
but so let's see what was it after that. Okay, and then Punk raps the Cena by saying Cena had to rip Punk off and steal his best promo to distract from the fact that Cena moves is slow mo. He's got a point there.
I mean, he's got a point. He's got a point. He's not as
Cena
fast
is
as he
like
used to be.
yeah, Cena's like a a Timu Michael Moore
Yeah, Malcolm. Yeah,
with less rhythm. Cena has buried more talent than the Undertaker.
that was a good line. That was actually a good line.
I mean, it was a good line, because the Undertaker is his character.
Yeah.
But if we're being honest here, y'all, Triple H, with his golden
Yeah,
shovel.
exactly. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, by the way, we'll get to the Hogan part.
Yeah.
Which after that part was good, but we'll get to that. That's why he's the champ and lost all his respect, but had retired to if this place rehire his ex.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because obviously, Nikki Bella came back. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah. Now and I want to stop right here because now these things that some people were saying, for his his rap that he was doing, um, some of these fans didn't get it because obviously these fans don't know much about WWE, because WWE barely comes to their countries, and this happened this whole thing with Nikki Bella with Cena being an item happened way before they came to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
So I thought it was a bad spot or a bad say here, whatever, for Punk to say that because the fans didn't react to it because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know who's seeing sex. They'll be like, who's seeing sex? But anyways, but then he says if Cena never said his prayers, ate his vitamins, or fixed
yep,
his bald spot, he wouldn't be a wrestler. He'd be a Boston mall cop.
yep, yes, yeah, I
Uh,
remember that.
uh,
But you gotta get to
uh.
the next one. The next one.
And then he says Cena gets uh good movie roles, but then we see Batista act and realize Cena ain't that true because
Wow.
Batista is let's face it, Batista is way more of a better actor than John Cena.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, there's some good roles Cena does. Like obviously, Peacemaker. Like that's his
Oh
best one.
yeah.
By the
And
way, I'm
then
looking forward to the second season.
okay. And then he says Cena is like a whiter Hulk Hogan with more prominent
Yeah, problematic. Just more
problematic.
problematic.
Yeah, problematic. Yeah.
I mean,
Now
that was a good line, but like
I love that part.
that was a good line, but I don't know. I don't know if she is more problematic than Hulk Hogan. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't remember seeing the saying the N word and stuff like that. I remember that,
No.
or the sex tape going on. So I don't remember that.
Nope. Not at all.
Like, it was a good line though. Good
But I do
line.
that. Yeah. The crowd and the crowd started allow CM
Yeah,
Punk
they
at this
started.
point,
Yeah,
and then Punk said Punk is the best in the world. He's there uh first. So to Cena, they chant you can't wrestle. Punk says in 6 months Cena will be gone. Yeah, that'll be great too. By the way.
yeah. I know. Right? I was like, he's gonna celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on.
And then he goes to say he won't have time for the little people. Hold on, he'll
Oh
be
boy,
busy washing I should say, James Gunn's underwear and like who to me I'm
James
like
Gunn.
who
You don't know James Gunn, the director of he actually directed the Suicide Squad movie that John Cena was in,
okay
and he does Peacemaker. He's the director. Yeah,
okay
yeah,
okay
yeah. So I was like, yeah, so I got that reference. I got it. It's like, oh wow,
I'm pretty sure people in Saudi didn't get that either, like just like I did
yeah,
because 'cause I didn't know who James Gunn was, so
yeah. He does Peacemaker, and he's doing the Superman movie too. That's coming out in a few weeks.
okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah, he's directing it.
And then he says Cena works for DC, but he'll always be the Marine to Punk.
Wow, yeah, I remember that's like,
Yeah.
hey, which is
That's straight.
what's funny? You
Oh
know what's
yeah,
funny about Robert, Patrick, the guy that played T1000. He was
yeah.
actually in. Obviously, he was in the Marine, and he was also in Peacemaker too. He was in the first season.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yeah. So wow. So like, and what else is funny? Peacemaker and T1000 is in Mortal Kombat 1. As DLC.
Oh
So like wow.
wow.
Yeah. So they have a big connection. John Cena and Robert
Damn,
Patrick. They're in a few stuff together, man.
that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if those two are tight with each other. But wow, yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
probably are. Yeah.
Mm, awesome.
Hmm.
But then Punk will say, that's straight to DVD. Better find a PS3.
Wow.
Uh, and the Punk understands you can't see me. It's a hell of a catchphrase, but it's done. I wish this was done.
No.
We all see him, and we're looking at a washed up bum. Ain't that the truth?
Oh wow. I'm telling lies, huh?
14 years ago today, he dropped a legendary pipe bomb. Cena tried to make it all about him. True. Cena is a leech.
Yeah, he
True.
did.
A phony. True.
Okay.
A fraud.
Okay. So,
True.
okay.
And an
Stop.
ass and an ass kisser. True. All that's missing it, he's an ass bump. He's an ass bumper too.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you would have said that, it's like, hey, don't shout for you, Robert. It's like you're like, yes, yes.
Oh god. But then he says, 17 world champion, but he'll never be in Punk's class. He's not in Ric Flair's class, but yeah. Um,
Wow.
Punk has one more wish to make. Yeah, make a wish. Um, Tomorrow night he's going to lose to Kendrick because bitch, you're my Drake. I thought that line was the line he did
That was
deliver. That was great.
that wasn't good. Yeah, man.
Fireworks by the way, in case you heard it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear it.
They were doing that all fucking day.
Oh really?
Instead of saving it for 4th of July, they're doing it now.
Yeah. It's now's gonna be in 2 days. On a
Hope you get
Friday.
arrested.
Oh boy.
Like, God, and during the time where people are sleeping.
Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Finally stopped. But anyways, but that was a great line though. That was a great line in the end. Because Kendrick Lamar and Drake having has some pretty beefs with each other. In case people have not, I'm pretty sure everyone already knows about that.
Yeah, I'm sure I know about that,
But yeah, I thought that was a good line though. Oh man. So I guess Cena likes them young too.
yeah. Oh
Nah,
no.
I'm just kidding. I'm
No.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no.
Oh man. But yeah, I thought it sucked. If it sucked, I hated it. I hated Punk.
Yeah,
I hate that Punk just like 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 Cena did. It just look worse. I like how the hell the Punk make Cena look like he was and looking an actual thug.
I mean, because he was able to sell it right. He was able to sell it. Yeah,
Oh my
you
god,
know what? Kurt Angle did it better.
he did actually. He actually did.
Okay, okay. How about beat your ass thugonomic style?
You know who else looked like a gangster a lot more better too as well? Jesse. Biscuits and gravy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Makes me a
Slam
man.
Master J, right?
Yeah, same Master J.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that when he was trying to
he was,
be part of Crime Time. I remember that.
yeah. He was more of a he looked more of a gangster than Punk did.
This guy's a gangster. His real name is Philip.
Oh man.
I mean, there's some good things, but yeah, obviously you can tell. Cena ain't. I mean, not Cena. Punk ain't a rapper, so
No.
it was funny. There were some funny things there, so I'll give him that. Uh,
But that was
but
it. And that was basically the end of that segment for that SmackDown show from which it was also on Saudi by the way.
yeah, it was exciting.
Um.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now we get talk about the match itself. Um. First of all, let me say this. Um. As I'm watching this match, until we got to
Mm-hmm.
until we got to the shenanigans, which I thought that was only the best thing. That was only the best part of the match was the shenanigans. Just the
Mm-hmm.
match to me is the match for me itself, I get it because Cena is not the Cena from 2011. Hell, is I can't even say the same with CM Punk that much because at least Punk can still deliver in the ring. Um, and I'm being nice to Cena here when it comes to it, but this
Yeah.
match this match bored me. The chemistry was
I
still there
mean, it
though.
was,
The chemistry was still there, but I was bored. I was and then on top of that, Cena's ass bumps like.
oh my god! Oh my god! Cena,
Three
you're
ass
back! You're
bumps in the match.
back!
And one of those were things, by the way, when he was knocked out by I think it was by Braun Breaker, and he gets knocked out. He goes on his ass
Like,
like
I must have
oh
missed
my
that.
god, I like what I want to throw a berry at him.
What? What? I'll throw tomatoes at him. Boo!
All that
Boo!
all that tomatoes and lettuce.
Boo!
Oh, oh my god. But anyways, but yeah, I like I said, the chemistry was there obviously, but I just felt over the match already. Coming into it,
You never gave him a
um,
chance.
I tried giving it a chance though, but yeah,
He's lying.
to me, I thought Sami Zayn and Karen Cross was a lot better.
You're just a hater. Wow.
But that's all I'm gonna say for that one. All right, so would you like to talk about what happened, when the shenanigans happened?
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about it.
So those rough bump, and when I saw that,
Obviously.
I I was annoyed at first. I like, but then again, I was like, you know what? Okay, let's see what happens from here. Um, so Punk, he could have won, but referee was knocked out. By the way,
Yeah,
I'll get
because
back
he
to
had
that.
him in the
Uh,
pencil.
yeah, and by the way, I'll get back to that referee later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then CM Punk calls for another referee, right? But instead of a referee, we get burn it
Burn it
down.
down. Yep. It's like, oh.
I'm like,
It
oh,
was like, Seth
uh,
effing Rollins.
yes, it was Seth fucking Rollins coming out, and it didn't make my mood any better, by the way.
No, you loved it. You loved it. That was the best part of the match for you.
I, I was like, oh my god.
It's like, oh,
Uh,
you gonna cash in? You gonna cash in? Is he gonna pull another heist of the century?
Now I don't think he was going to cash in. He was teasing the cash in, but I didn't think it
Yeah.
would be like an actual cash in. Um, but then Punk, Darren get in the ring. So Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed gets in the ring. They get exposed by Punk, even though Punk, you know, should have been beaten down at that point. But he ends up fighting back at them, and they had to sell for Punk. That looked bad.
Yeah, that looked
And
great.
then Punk overshots on them, and Braun Breaker took a bump. When on that, I like that looked ridiculous. And at least Bronson Reed didn't take a bump. Like you're supposed to catch him. Like that was the whole point. But Punk, obviously he overshot it. And
Yeah, he
then
overshot him.
they was gonna do the spot where they're gonna put him to a table. And they have miscommunication picking up Punk. And like, oh my god, what's going on here? Even the shenanigans is falling apart here. Besides the match. And then they slam him. It was one of the most awkward bumps that Punk's ever taken on the broadcast table, and then it collapsed, and like, so that breaks apart from a skinny fat ass from CM Punk,
Skinny fat.
but but
Wow.
but but Jacob Fatu gets chokeslammed by Talatonga,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't break.
Yeah, not fully. Yeah.
Oh my god, man! This was big. Um, and then at one point Seth Rollins was gonna do a cash in because at this point it was either Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker Braun Ring or wait a minute, didn't Penta come out then before that?
Yeah, Penta came out. Yeah, Penta
Yes,
came out. He did his little walk for a little bit, the La Parka
which
walk.
Oh
Then
wait, I remember. It happened when they were attacking Cena. So wait, so Rollins was teaching the cash in, which is why Punk was in the ring, and then as Rollins going for referee, I got a flashback from WrestleMania 24.
yeah, with Charles Robinson.
Little Nate, that's right,
Yep,
doing
Little Nate. Yeah,
doing his best,
his
his
iconic run.
his iconic run from WrestleMania 24, doing the dun 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 dun. I like holy
Yep.
shit, man. How long had that been, man?
What?
Almost a decade plus.
Yeah,
And he was like younger then, and obviously Charles Robinson nowadays he looks ageless, and by God he ran like he like he was
he,
4 years 10 years younger, 10
yeah,
20 years
he
younger,
hasn't lost a step. He
and
hasn't lost
then
a step.
he didn't body checks him.
Yeah, he freaking pounced him. He freaking like showed him something. And freaking Charles sold it, bro.
Oh my God, that was a good sell
Like
there.
he got hit
Uh,
by a car.
that was good. A good one there. And then Cena gets in the ring, and basically I'm like, wait a minute, are we getting a face turn here? Like, no
That's
way,
what it was looking like.
I like, no, it's just too soon.
Yeah, it was looking like they were like teasing it. Yeah, and Punk and Cena were kind of working together in a way because
Yeah.
I think CM Punk I think he hit the GTS on Braun Breaker, and then still shockingly, freaking John Cena he's able to pick up some big dudes. He picked up Bronson Reed and hit the Attitude Adjustment.
Oh wait, before that too, by the way. But Rollins did, was taken out by Cena, and that's when they attacked, and that's when Cena got attacked, and that's when Cena took his third ass bump by knocked out a Braun Breaker, and that's when Penta came out, and like you said, he did his Penta dance, which is a homage to by La
La
Parka,
Parka.
which by the way
Yeah.
when when La Parka does it too, by the way it was also a homage to one of his favorite singers, Michael Jackson. Because Thriller.
Yep.
Um,
Because this is good.
yes. So, Penta gets being down a little bit as well by a Braun Breaker. Then Sami Zayn came out.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, okay, so we're doing the an end game here.
Yeah, that's what it was looking
But
like. Yeah.
so which I didn't mind. And then Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker start fighting over there, wherever. And then Penta dies on both of them, and that was it for them.
Yep.
And then we get back to the ring where Bronson Reed is going to take care of Punk, and then Punk may took care of him, and then Cena instigated him, like you said, with the lifting him up for the AA.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So and then we see Cena and Punk, and
Yeah, man. And they were face to face.
yep,
They
they were
having
staring off.
standoff. And then Punk he reached out his hand.
That's right.
Thinking like maybe, that scene he faced, years ago still in there.
Yeah.
And John Cena actually he shook his hand. And the fans were cheering like, yes, we got face Cena back. We got him. And then
And to
you
me, it
got the
was too
camera
soon.
shot.
It's just too
Yeah.
soon.
And he got the camera shot, which he did in Elimination Chamber.
And when I saw that camera shot, I'm like, there it is. And Cena had that look on his face, like, oh God, here we go again.
He had that dead look inside. And he was gonna lowball Punk again, but Punk knew, it's like, nope, you're not gonna get me.
He knew.
He knew, yeah.
But why did he stick his hand for a handshake then? Like,
It was just in case. It was just in case. It was just in case. I guess. He was just like maybe he's still in there. But if he does turn, I'm gonna catch him.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So, but yeah, obviously Punk catched it. I think that's when Seth. I think that's when like Seth came in. Because I know Seth got involved. Like, he cost. I think he hit. I think Seth hit. Yeah, he hit him with a briefcase.
And made him a first stop.
Yeah. And I think that's when Cena. I think he rolled him up, right? He had to roll up.
I think so. I can't remember if he did or not. And then ironically, the referee, the original
Yeah, the referee
referee,
that got knocked out, he came back. He woke up. He
right
woke up
on
from his sleep.
time, right on time, huh? Like
And he
I was annoyed. Like, oh my god,
like like oh now you're awake, huh? Now you're awake.
I'm
Perfect
I'm
timing.
glad he woke up at the perfect time. Was that the moment that Punk was taken out already, and Cena went for the cup.
I guess
I guess
Seth
Paul
paid off that
I guess
paid off
Paul
that
Heyman
referee.
couldn't. I guess Paul Heyman, who was out there by the way, at that same space right there, that same area there, where the referee
Maybe
was
he helped
at,
him out.
he could help. He could have picked them up, and but instead, referee, he just got right back in.
Maybe
Like they even
maybe he
sell
did wake
bar
him up.
I was annoyed. That was and
Who knows?
uh
Maybe he did wake him up. We probably just didn't see it.
oh no. But basically Cena wins. Which is of
He
course he
stole
does.
he stole the victory.
So Cena
He
is the
stole it.
winner, and I was like, thank God it's over. This this match didn't do it for me. Other than the last sequences, what they did there. Even that was a mess too. But
It was nice.
with referee coming in there, around time, and then the table collapsing, in a sloppy way, Punk overshotting, Braun Breaker taking a bump, you know. Mm. But yeah, but that was it off that one. For Night of Champions, I thought the show itself it was good. Not anything great, but it wasn't
It wasn't terrible.
it wasn't terrible.
It did have to do with the king in the ring and the queen in the ring and the queen's crown, and obviously Punk and Cena having their last match. Uh, we got some new bloodline. You know, so yeah, it basically did what it needed to do. Basically,
Yeah, it basically did what it needed to do there. If for some things, speaking of which, what comes to with CM Punk, because on on Raw there was obviously it did involve Gunther as well. With Seth Rollins coming out, and they
yeah.
having words with one another, or whatever. And that's when Punk came out
Mhm.
to attack Seth Rollins. I love the custom briefcase for Seth Rollins there.
Yeah, yeah, I really like the briefcase that he had, like the black and gold briefcase with his logo.
Hell
You
yeah,
know,
that was cool.
that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting him to have a custom briefcase, but that was cool.
No, oh no, yeah. Now all we need now is Naomi to have her caution tape or on her briefcase.
Yeah, yeah, just have the caution tape. Yep,
That's what she did do. Just put the caution tape on.
yep.
But yeah, but Punk, after Rollins obviously, because that's never gonna end. That's gonna be the each other's thorn in their ass or thigh, whatever. But and then Rollins runs away because that's what heels does. Especially if you are Seth fucking Rollins, and then Gunther, because Punk's trying to walk away, right? Because at this point there's no point chasing Rollins up there. Um, but Gunther grabs him by the arm. Punk shoves him, and Gunther he fell. He
Yeah,
didn't
he
just
pushed
fell.
him.
He took an ass bump.
Oh, I was like, oh no, Gunther, don't make me hate you now too. The Cena virus. Oh no.
Oh no, it's gonna live on. The ass bump's gonna live on.
It's like this is your fault, Cena. Wow.
Now, obviously, because of getting pushed like that, obviously, yo, that's where you gotta land. I mean, unless you get pushed by force, then you really gotta feel the effects of your back in your back of your head.
Yep.
But I digress. But yeah, but Gunther look look at Gunther's face though. My God,
Yeah.
he but Punk got away. I didn't say he ran away, boy, but he basically he got out. And then Rollins standing on on there. with the crowds, and I see someone come behind them. Now I didn't think anything different, anything of it, but the moment I saw that vest, I immediately knew who it was.
Yep.
It was L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, I'll get to more of him by the way, but but they start fighting. Well, obviously, and like in the better fight, and then they start fighting on concession stands, whatever, and you see cross there, and they start doing the old school way of fighting each other, like how Austin Rock does it. I like holy shit, this is pretty good here. What they're doing there, and then Rollins, do a beer or whatever drink it was to a nice space, and he made his escape. He has and then he made hop out on the jet and left because according to Paul Heyman, by the way, he's working on Plan B, and I believe Plan B, by the way, is for a fourth man.
Yep. There's always a plan B.
So yeah, um, and it should be Ethan Page, by the way. That way, if it is Ethan Page, which I believe it will be, that way I can hate both Seth Rollins and Ethan Page at the same time.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. I saw that. I saw that post you said. The ego.
Kill it with a smile.
Yep.
Oh man, but he will fit
The
that role, by the
ego.
way. Yo,
Yeah,
but
he
he will
will.
fit
Yeah.
that role though. Yeah. But and then we had Punk and other night, having interactions backstage because it was announced which we'll get to the cards probably for Sunday's main event. It is gonna be Seth fucking Rollins versus L.A. Knight. Yeah,
Yeah.
and LA Knight did what I thought I never thought he would say because what comes to going to CM what comes to CM Punk saying he's going to Seth Rollins, yo you gotta win you gotta be in the back of the line, because I'm getting crack. I should be getting the crack of Seth Rollins, whatever. Um, and then and Knight tells him, whatever and everything, and he says, "I am the line." He said, "I am the line." That's something that Charlotte Flair should have said when when she came back. Remember, obviously when Oscar became got the new belt, which was still to this day that awful belt for the women's. But um, because she said, I don't wait in line. I made the line." What she should have said is that I am the line. So every night I had this decently in the sense there to say I am the line. Yeah. Oh man. But there you go. So that's all set up to Bobby. By the way, I'm gonna get to the rest of the cards here. I don't know if Jay Bird's coming back or not. I don't know if his internet went out. Hopefully it didn't. But let me get before I get to the card. Like I said, Night Champions. Night Champions. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just to be generous. Five wouldn't have been bad. Would not have been bad. It would just been to me mid. But I thought the show so was decent enough, or I thought it was a good show. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. So finally with that out of the way, maybe read some cards here. That's gonna happen. Let's see. Okay, so far we got some matches lined up for NXT, the Great American Bash, which will take place on July 12th, 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia, in the center stage. Uh, on somewhere from the afternoon. Oh, okay, 2:30 p.m. That's the time they said it's gonna be on. And here are the matches: Obafemi defending against Yoshiki in Inarimura, the tag team partner of with Josh Briggs. Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, the former Mariah May, take on our favorite influence, which is JC Jane and Fallon Henley. And we'll get to the Evolution card probably when I get to it. So Ruka, the front NXT Women's North American Championship against Izzy Dane. So, okay. So far, that's 3 matches for the Great American Bash. There's probably going to be 2 more matches to add on there before we get to Evolution for that show. Before we get to that show, there's another show, which is the Great. I mean, the Great American Bash is on that same day as Sunday's main event is as well on July 12th of 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia, but at the State Farm Arena. And the tagline is going to be "No one spared, everyone speared." Terrible. Goldberg in his retirement match against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. I'm assuming because of the taping from SmackDown, that's probably why it was looking into it. Because SmackDown this week's gonna be taped, so this week's SmackDown that's gonna be on Friday. It's a taped show, so I'm assuming that what we have on SmackDown is what led to Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Why is the match happening? I have no idea. But once I get the chance to watch it, we'll find out. But obviously I'll be working on that day too, but I won't know until later on that day. So, but I'm interested to find out why this match is happening on Sunday's main event and why McIntyre is targeting Orton for a reason now. I'll see. I want to know the story behind that. Why this match is happening. So, all right. So that's the card for Sunday's main event. So far, there's 3 matches on there, but we need 3 more matches on there as well, or 2, whatever. Because if WWE wants to really try to counter program, all in, maybe you want to add 4 more matches, so that we can have 6 matches on the card there, and you can have limited commercial breaks during these matches too. WWE Evolution 2025. Here are the matches. So far, there's 5 matches that's been announced. We're gonna have, which is surprising for folks when it comes to this, especially if you already know about it. There's some matches that announced during the taping of SmackDown of why this is happening as well. But some matches also that's been announced when it comes to announced on Raw, and matches that were announced from NXT. Because this is WWE Evolution for an all-women pay-per-view. That's gonna be taking place on July 13th of 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia, in the State Farm Arena. So we have JC Jane defending her NXT Women's Championship against Jordynne Grace, where Jordynne Grace is going to win the belt, and she better. Io Sky defends her Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. Raquel Rodriguez and the newest member of the Judgment Day, after a vote of everyone saying yes, Roxanne Perez can be part of the Judgment Day. So yeah, Judgment Day member has voted a new member of Judgment Day to Roxanne Perez, which it was inevitable. It was eventually going to happen. So we finally got it, that Roxanne Perez is finally being in Judgment Day, because Liv Morgan's gone. She won't be gone. I mean, she won't be back till maybe next year, because if she's getting surgery, it's going to take 4 to 6 months for her shoulder to be healed up. So she's going to be missing out the rest of 2025, unfortunately. Hopefully, she'll be back in the Royal Rumble around time for that. But we shall see. Damn shame too, because if Liv Morgan was not hurt, if that didn't happen to her, Liv Morgan would have been the one who after Io Sky for the championship at Evolution. But then again, what do you do with the women's tag team titles too? Because they're teaching the Bellas versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, the two chicks with attitude. Excuse me. By the way, I should mention this too. By the way, on Night of Champions, I believe it was Wade Barrett. Yeah, it had to be Wade Barrett. He referenced Raquel Rodriguez as Big Mama Cool. And I thought to myself, because she's the Diesel of Liv Morgan's Shawn Michaels. So I guess that makes Liv Morgan the heartbreak chick because together, when it comes to the heartbreak chick, Liv Morgan, and Big Mama Cool, Raquel Rodriguez, they are the two chicks with attitude. I mean, we've been calling when it comes to us being the Asylum, we've been calling those two the two chicks with attitude for a while. So, but I digress. But all right. But anyways, but the point is here, folks. Roxanne Perez is now a new member of Judgment Day. Liv Morgan won't be back for a while, and they'll be putting that up for certain later on. When it comes to it. But anyways, but when it comes to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, they made an announcement on Raw together with Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis was there. When I saw Nick Aldis on Raw, I was saying to myself, why is he there? Well, not that I don't mind. I don't mind seeing Nick Aldis, To me, I'd rather see him wrestle in the ring instead of being in the general manager role. But that's the role they got him. But he was there. I was saying to myself, oh, why is he there? And then when it came to the Women's Tag Team Championships, because the Women's Tag Team Championships, are supposed to be, brand, you know, should be traveling, going to different brands instead of just one brand. So when it comes to that, um, they made a decision here for the Women's Tag Team Championships to be defended in a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. So it's Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defended against um, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, which that was announced on SmackDown already, and two teams to be announced. Now, the two teams that's going to be announced, one was going to be from Raw, and the final one will be from NXT. Now, who's the one from NXT had they thought about? Don't know, because I don't know what women's tag teams are on there. Especially if they got rid of those women's tag teams already this year of Tatum Paxley. Oh, I'm sorry, not Tatum Paxley. She's still there. What I meant to say was Gigi Dolan, because Gigi Dolan was teamed up with Tatum Paxley. But that's not a thing anymore. So there you go. That's and also when it comes to the Miller girls, they got rid of Jakara Jackson, and Ash Legend's doing her own thing. So they go so much for that too, you know. But okay, I see something. I see something different here, which I thought it was going to lead to something else. But I'll get to that when I get to that match. But anyways, and then we get to Raw. Who's the Raw tag team for the women's to fill in that role? Like seriously, who on Raw is a tag team when it comes to the women's? There is no women's tag teams on the main roster. And on top of that, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, that's not a tag team. If anything, the Chelsea Green's what they call Secret Harvest. Yeah, when it comes to Apple Fire and Pepper Niven, at least that would be more of a tag team than Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. It's just a makeshift tag team here with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. That's not a real tag team. I remember actually Alexa Bliss teaming up with Nikki Cross. At least you would do something with Nikki Cross. What has Nikki Cross done since coming back with the Y6, other than attacking, Candice Ray? Not very much of anything, is there? So who on Raw is going to be a tag team? What, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria? Where they finally going to become a tag team? Yeah, remember how that worked out? Where they took out Bayley off WrestleMania, so they replaced her with Becky Lynch. Just a further story with Becky Lynch being a heel, to try to get you know, like her, Lyra Carey over. I don't know who else is there. There is no women's tag teams, which is why is there still a women's tag team championship in WWE? It's like they won't admit that this is a fail. They fail on the women's tag team division. They fail on the women's tag team titles. And let's call this as what it is. What comes to these tag titles, by the way, folks. It hasn't been said for a while, but we need to bring this back. What comes to it, Liv Morgan getting hurt, and she was one half of the women's tag team champions. That belt is those belts, I should say. Those belts are cursed. Another one bites the dust, and unfortunately, it was Liv Morgan who suffered that fate. Anyone involved of the women's tag team titles, anyone that's holding to that women's tag team titles, count your blessings. Pray that you don't get hurt either, because you'll be put on the shelf. Those belts are a curse, and will continue to be a curse if they're not being booked right, and they haven't been booked right for the longest time, which is a damn shame. And let's be fair too as well when it comes to this. When it comes to women's tag teams, they got rid of their best women's tag teams. They got rid of Lacey Evans. No, I'm sorry, not Lacey Evans. Where am I getting Lacey Evans from? Oh my god. What I meant to say was um, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. They got rid of those legit tag teams. The only legit tag teams they had, and they got rid of them. Even the Miller girls, they got rid of them as well. Well, Black Legend's still there, but you know what I mean. Now, what comes to Raw, unless you want to have the Kabuki Warriors back together with um Kairi Sane and Asuka, that's the only solution there for Raw. Other than that, who else is on Raw is going to be in that role? Just saying. Before I get to this next match, I want to get back to how Jordan Grace got this opportunity to become the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship against JC Jane. There was a match. They basically did a tournament. A 4 round. The first round tournament of 4 matches. Jada Parker defeated Thea Hale to advance into the Fatal 4-Way finals. Last Legend defeated Kalani Jordan to advance into the Fatal 4-Way finals. Izzy Dane defeated Zarya to advance into the Fatal 4-Way finals. And Jordan Grace defeated Lila Vice to advance into the Fatal 4-Way finals. And then we got to the finals in this Fatal 4-Way match between Jada Parker, Last Legend, Izzy Dane, and Jordan Grace, with Jordan Grace getting the win, and that's how she got the shot. So, and she will win, by the way, because no disrespect to Jessie Jane, but Jessie Jane has been booked like a loser on NXT ever since pairing up with Jasmine Nates and Fallon Henley together being Fatal Influence. So there you go. That's something I want to bring up because of that, because there was a minor note here. The Battle Royal for a women's world championship. I'm assuming that you're choosing. What comes to for those that will be to be determined to be in the match, and what comes to that, whoever gets this win of this Battle Royal will get a shot of any world championships. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know. Unless if it's someone from Raw winning, then they get a shot against Io. Because let's face it, Io. I don't think she's losing the belt. Um, but anyone can be in this match, by the way, when it comes to it. Um, but I guess we shall see what comes to that. But it will take place not at SummerSlam. It will take place at Clash in Paris. Which, when is that? Is it before or after SummerSlam? Okay, it's after SummerSlam, which is um on the last day of August, which is going to be on August 31st, 2025, and they're going to be in France, which is why I said Paris. So, all right, there you go. Um, can we see how that turns out? Because SummerSlam's going to be on August 1st. That's why. So I thought the battle royal was going to lead to someone getting a shot at SummerSlam. Which if that was the case, then my pick would have been to win the battle royal. My pick would have been Oscar. Now we got to find another way for Oscar to get a shot of this world title against Io at SummerSlam. Because again, I'm calling it right now. Io Sky's gonna retain against against Rhea Ripley. And remember what Rhea Ripley said on Raw? She said, "For now, she's put Judgment Day behind her. Hopefully, that might bite her in the ass, at Evolution if Roxanne Perez costs her because I could see a program where it's gonna be Roxanne Perez um costing either costing Rhea Ripley, something like that, whatever. But that could be a possibility. And then it'll be a match lead to Roxanne Perez and Rhea Ripley, probably at on a Raw or on Clash in Paris, maybe. We shall see. That'll be that will mean that EO will retain and Rhea Ripley will continue on feuding once again with the Judgment Day. Once again, can never escape the Judgment Day. So, uh, oh, okay. Jay Bird said here his phone died. He's charging it right now. And he also said, "Rest in peace, Michael." All right, sweet. Um, yeah, I don't know if Jay Bird is gonna come back in to say some if he wants something to say when it comes to things I brought up. But Tokyo says I show CM Punk how to push a kid for real, Roxanne. Oh come on. Don't be bullying Roxanne Perez. What's this notion everyone wants to bully Roxanne Perez? Come on. Anyways, oh man. By the way, let me leave this right here. What Jaber had here. So there you go. All right. But yeah. But as far as this battle royal, anyone could be in this battle royal from NXT, from Raw, from SmackDown. When it comes to the women's, I could definitely see Selena Vega being in there. Unless they want to do a rematch with Selena Vega versus Julia at on this show. For the because by the way, Julia is your new women's United States champion in WWE. That's, the same title that she doesn't care for, by the way, because it's just a stepping stone, which is true. When it comes to a mid card titles, those are just stepping stones to go to the one stone that you want to step in to be the the top person in the company, and that is the world title. And that's what it comes down to, folks, at the end of the day. So Julia's going to use that United States Championship run as a stepping stone to get her to the real prize, and that is the WWE Women's Championship. How she gets there is a different story. We shall see. But anyway, it could be in this match. Stephanie Vecchia could be in this match. She could win. I could definitely see her win. So in this case, because of this, I'm gonna go with Stephanie Vecchia to win this battle royal. Since it's not gonna happen at SummerSlam, because if this was gonna be for a shot for a title at SummerSlam instead of Clash in Paris, I would have won with Asuka. That means we could have Asuka versus Io for the world title. But because it's not, where the winner gets the shot at SummerSlam, it's gonna be at Clash in Paris. I'm choosing Stephanie Vecchia. Not mean that she's gonna win. I wouldn't mind seeing her win, but if we're going to see Pacific Care win any championships before getting to the world title, it's the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I want to see what Pacific Care do as the Women's Intercontinental Champion, which I know she'll do great, just like she did with the North American Championship. So that's something I'll look forward to. Um, and finally, the match, the last match I'll talk about here until we get more matches announced whenever they'll do, and more participations. I mean participants, I should say. Of who's gonna be on the card, and that is the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton will defend it against Trish Stratus. So I guess something happened on SmackDown. The taping on SmackDown that's gonna be aired on Friday. Which, by the way, SmackDown, and we mentioned this already before. SmackDown's going back to 2 hours. Um, for now, until they go back to 3 hours, and then hopefully they'll permanently go back to 2 hours, which is good because let's face it, of what I've been hearing from USA Network, it's not really making a whole lot of money because of the third hour because it's SmackDown. Nothing against SmackDown, I love SmackDown. I always love SmackDown, but SmackDown sometimes is not being booked right, and SmackDown for 3 hours on a Friday. No one's going to sit through a wrestling show on a Friday for 3 hours. That's just how it is. No one's going to care about that, which is why it needs to go. It needs to do 2 hours. And on top of that, it's a boring show to get through for a 3 hour show. Not saying 2 hours will be any better. You even have some shows on SmackDown that was boring in 2 hours as well. I know guys. I sat through some of them even during all the old regime. But even with the old regime being gone, when SmackDown was still in 2 hours, there were some shows that some stuff I found boring. So I'm not saying the 2 hours is of Science SmackDown is any better, but it'll be less watchable then more watchable for watching a 3 hour SmackDown. And the notion of fans complain about this because it's not gonna you know have time for any other stars on on the shows, which is bullshit, just not true. Because if that's the case, then we would be seeing Ray Phoenix every week. Those times that when he was on when he was on SmackDown, he was barely on there. Because I'm pretty sure he was progressing on house shows whatever for to record the main event show. And when it came to fans talking about this, they're not gonna find time for the wrestlers on their show to be on those shows. Well, I'm pretty sure people will not care to see Kip Wilson, where he had his match being canceled by Ron Killings being attacked, you know, just to blip the what a program with Aleister Black. Hey, Jogo Gamer, what's good? Yeah, hope you're doing good too. By the way, yeah. So far I'm doing good as well. Um, Jibber was on here, but yeah, obviously his phone died. So, but yeah. There's a lot of problems when it comes to SmackDown not being good. It's called creative. You need good creative. You don't need bad creative. Hell, you need good creative that doesn't that's actually trying to do something to do some creative stuff instead of nonsense and don't have any really good ideas when it comes to when it comes to whatever creative they come up with. And some creators they don't know what to do when it comes to some of these people they can't find time to do because TV time is a lot of money. And they could have done something with Ray Phoenix during those times. They could have done something with Andre during those times. They could have done something with Carmelo Hayes during those times. They could have done some with Pretty Daddy during those times. By the way, I wish Will of Elton Prince, who was dealing with an injury. I don't know what injury he was dealing with. So I'm pretty sure it was a broken nose of what I heard last time. Um, but hopefully he's doing well and comes back soon. To do what he does. And also, when it comes to that, they were doing a lot of things with Pretty Deadly and Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, during the 2 hour shows. But once we got into 3 hour shows, what have they been doing ever since? A whole lot of nothing, folks. Let's just call it as this. They was basically doing a whole lot of nothing. And when they finally had something to do something with them, they be doing cameos backstage, like what Karen Cross does on Raw. So let's and let's look at Legado Fantasma. Legado del Fantasma. They can't even find time to do something with them. They couldn't find any time to do something with the people they fucking fired during this year. Uh, Joker Gamer say here something about besides all the hot ass weather. Oh yeah, I know. To me, I'm used to the weather of the hotness and all, but I do agree. It's like you're in an oven, because of those heat wave, the heat wave that we've been through. Uh, it has been in the 90s. Yeah, it has. Hell, there's been some from where I was. There's been some that was in the hundreds, if not maybe 99. Holy shit. And then Joko will say here, MTV should have uh a big huge tribute to Michael Jackson for all this, like a bunch of bands doing covers. Oh yeah, I agree. You would think that MTV would do something like that nowadays. I know the old days of MTV would have done it, but the new people that's doing MTV right now, I'll be surprised if they even do a tribute of for any you know of the old school bands that made MTV what it was. But when it comes to MTV really wasn't put on the map that much until Michael Jackson came into the picture. Michael Jackson had a lot of big influence in his career, that and that Michael Jackson made MTV watchable, as because of his influence. I'm not trying to, I'm not saying I'm not bragging about that too much when it comes to Michael Jackson, because I'm a fan and a favorite of his, you know. But at the end of the day, Michael Jackson, he was that megastar. He was that guy. Before no, you know, I mean, after Elvis Presley and after the Beatles and all, with their runs, you know, Michael Jackson was always the one who was being on top. And you also had your Princes, your Whitney Houston's, you had your Cyndi Laupers, your Lionel Richie's, your Stevie Wonders. Hell, you even had your Ray Charles, you know, your Aretha Franklin's. I'm just throwing names out there when it comes to it. Even Marvin Gaye's, until he unfortunately was taken from us, unfortunately. But yeah, these genres of people that made it big and ended up being on MTV and made MTV what it was during those pop. When it comes to the highest pop cultures that anyone can ever imagine seeing, how they raise the bar for others. And look what MTV has become now: reality TV shows, shitty reality TV shows. But but yeah, but Michael Jackson could has some tribute there by MTV there, but you'll be lucky if you have a tribute when it comes to the Blues Brothers. When it comes to be on MTV if they haven't not been on there. So, by the way, I got to download the music of the Blues Brothers on my phone. Anyways, but what was I? Oh yeah, SmackDown. SmackDown. It needs to be 2 hours. No wrestling show. The point is the point I'm trying to make here. When it comes to this, folks, no wrestling show should not be 3 hours. Hell, no wrestling show should even be 4 hours. AEW, because that was ridiculous. 4 hours in 2 weeks that we had of AEW for Fighter Fest and for Summer Blockbuster. With Fighter Fest, it was alright, but there was some parts I didn't like either. Summer Blockbuster, it was more like a summer flopbuster or a summer blockbust. I didn't like that show. It peaked after that opening match between Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. Even that one, they couldn't decide who should win the match because they decided to do shenanigans after the match. But I thought the but I thought the AW Grand Slam Mexico show was good. For the most part. But I thought that was a better show. But I digress. Um, but yeah, folks. Yeah. So SmackDown it needs to be 2 hours. Hell, even Raw doesn't do the 3 hours doesn't 3 hours anymore, and they're on Netflix. Their shows, if needed, they'll do it 3 hours. But they haven't done 3 hours, since they moved to Netflix. In fact, they haven't done 3 hours since what, like around October or November, when they finally got away from 3 hour shows, and they did 2 hour shows. That was a brief of fresh air. You know, it was it was the right move there. You know, and then we went to Netflix, and thank God they didn't go 3 hours. They only went 2 hours and a half. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind the show being 2 hours and a half. At least it's not three. It's not at least it's not 3 hours. We also have some shows on Raw that some shows that was lackluster, and some shows that didn't do it for me. Some shows did for me for Raw. You know, so there you go. I don't even mind a 2 hour and a half wrestling show. I just don't mind 3 hours anymore. I'm done with 3 hours shows, especially with King to Raw and I tried SmackDown. I tried it with SmackDown. I couldn't do it. SmackDown was putting SmackDown with 3 hours almost put me to sleep. That's how bad it was. It was so bad that it needed to go back to 2 hours. So yeah, when it comes to finding time for wrestlers, they'll never they're gonna find any time for them, especially when it comes to seeing them wrestle. The only time you'll probably see them is doing cameos backstage or whatever have you. And Karrion Cross is a good example of that. A guy who should be doing a lot more is doing cameos backstage. But at least they have him do a lot more now. He started taking on Sami Zayn backstage on Raw, so that's a start. Not saying that they was doing him much with him before, but still, he needs to be doing a lot more, especially with the directions he's getting. He needs to be featured a lot more. He needs to and hopefully he they'll find a sense of resign this guy and do something more with him before it's too late. Now is he going to get the R-Truth the R-Truth treatment? If he does get if he doesn't get renew of his contract, whatever, and they're not gonna renew his contract and they just release him. I don't know. We shall see. It's only a matter of time. But anyways, um, where was I now? I did something I want to talk about too. But yeah, we'll see though. How they did this with Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton and why they have a match here. Same thing with or why on that. Also, we got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Why the Charlotte Flair finally agreed to to team up with Alexa Bliss. I guess we'll find out eventually. And obviously, we got no matches for SummerSlam yet. I mean, I mean, we do obviously, and obviously, when it comes to that, it's gonna be on August. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was August 1st. It's actually August 2nd, and because also this is the first time SmackDown. I mean SmackDown. First time that SummerSlam, I should say, will have a 2 night show like WrestleMania did. So WrestleMania not only got 2 nights, now SummerSlam is getting the same treatment with 2 nights as well. So it'll be on August 2nd on the Saturday, and on August 3rd on a Sunday, and it's gonna happen in the MetLife Stadium, the East Rutherford, New Jersey, or should I say, the shadow of New York City, that they always say. Hopefully, they don't say that again. But your 2 matches so far that's been announced based on the results of Night of Champions. Cody Rhodes, who won King of the Ring, will face John Cena for the WWE Championship again. Rematch from WrestleMania. Hopefully, it's a lot better than their WrestleMania match, and hopefully, the creative will put a better input of what they did at WrestleMania. I mean, of what they didn't do at WrestleMania. Hopefully, it'll be a lot better on SummerSlam, which is gonna be on the night 2 main event of the show. And no Travis Scott. Please, no Travis Scott. And then we get to be determined, which, let's face it, it's not gonna be Trish Stratus. It's gonna be Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton versus Jay Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship, and we possibly will get a cash in by Naomi. And she will successfully cash in on Jay Cargill winning the title. If not, maybe Tiffany Stratton. It will go both ways either way, folks. Because remember, there's a story there with Tiffany Stratton, who always calls Naomi whenever Naomi gets her shots of these women's championship title matches on SmackDown. Naomi can cause her that as well. And there's a story with Jay Cargill. Obviously, there's no need me go through that because you already know the history of that. We can see that. And by the way, Jay Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton wasn't a fan of the match on SmackDown when they did after WrestleMania. And I'm sure she's not gonna be a fan of that when we get to SummerSlam. Unless they could pull a miracle, I don't see that happening at all. Jay Cargill, I don't know what happened with her. After her AEW run, she has not been doing good in the ring in WWE. Which is why did you call her up early on the main roster? Well, she should have got developed a lot more on NXT. Meanwhile, Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe are on NXT. I don't get it. Ricky Saints and Ethan Page on NXT, but Jay Cargill on the main roster. And keep in mind, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, where did they came from? AEW. And they ended up being relegated to NXT. Same thing with Shawn Spears. All came from AEW, and they've been relegated to NXT. But Jay Cargill come from AEW. She doesn't go NXT. She goes to the main roster, and she's been a flop on the main roster. When it comes to in-ring ability, she's been a flop, and it's showing that it's basically showing, it's visibly showing that she has not been doing very good in the ring. Now, if we get Lita, by the way, on the show of Evolution, by the way, you know, we could they could try to tell us a story about what happened with Lita ever since she was taken out back in what 2023 it was. Yeah, it was that long, folks. 2023. Still waiting for that story of what Lita make a return and to find out what happened with her. Just like some people trying to still find out of why the partnership was Stokely Hathaway and Christina to stop all of a sudden. You know, and with her being a baby face, and now they and now she's on talking with Death Riders, where eventually she's gonna turn heel again. Okay, but anyways, but that's just SummerSlam so far. What comes to it, two matches already announced. One from well, actually two matches from SmackDown actually. So there you go. And it's to be announced what they're gonna be ending up at. I guarantee you, um, actually I don't know yet, but what I do know, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes will be night two, the main event. As far as what's gonna be night one main event, who knows? Who knows what it will be? It'll be Gunther for the world title against whoever it may be. So I guess we'll find out what comes to that. Or it could be maybe it could be one of the women's, to the main event night one or SummerSlam. But we shall see. All right. Let me see if there's anything else to talk about here. See here. Evolution. Already talked about that. Great American Bash. Already talked about that. Oh yeah, I gotta bring up. I got. Oh, sorry for that. I thought I was still saying. It was just my brother's dog. I gotta bring up TNA anniversary, an upgrade update of the card for July 20th, 2025 in Elmont, New York. That will take place in the UBS arena. We're gonna have a fatal four tag team match, which is gonna be a, a ladder. It's gonna involve ladders. It's gonna be basically a ladder match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. The Nunes Brothers versus the Hardys versus the Rascals versus First Class. Moose will defend his NXT. I mean, not NXT. TNA X Division Championship. Yeah, imagine NXT having an X Division Championship. But no. For the TNA X Division, the TNA X Division Championship against Leon Slater. And originally, Trick Williams will defend his TNA World Championship against Joe Hendry, but now it's been turned into a three-way match where Mike Santana has been added to the match now. That's more like it. So how they did that? Now I didn't get a chance to watch TNA yet. When it comes to I'm assuming it was the night that Cedric Alexander's debut. I haven't seen that show yet. Cause I was I just didn't have time. But I'm gonna have time before this week's TNA Impact to get that time. That I missed. But so far, those are the three matches. I mean, other than the main event that changed, nothing else here has been changed, and nothing here has been added. So the only thing that's added was the participant, and that is Mike Santana. So now I'm thinking to myself, because Killer Kelly is getting a shot against Marcel Sunfish. So I'm thinking to myself, why is this not on the card? Is this not going to be on the show? I don't know. And then when it comes to the tag team titles, from the Knockouts tag team titles, I should say, is it going to be on the pre-show? I don't know. We shall see. So, all right. But That's we're gonna pick up with TNA. Let me see something what comes to All In. I'm pretty sure something has been added or upgraded. All right, so we got the women's casino gauntlet match for a future AW Women's World Championship, which we already know that's gonna happen. With Christina is gonna be the first entry into the match. Then we get the men's casino gauntlet match for a future World Championship. The AW World Championship. With Mark Briscoe winning. To be the first entry into the match. Kazuchika Okada with the Continental Classic belt versus Kenny Omega with the International Championship belt. And the winner take all unification to crown the first ever inaugural AEW Unified Champion. That terrible, awful name with the most beautiful championship belt you've ever seen. John Moxley defended his AEW World Championship title against the Hangman Adam Page. And Timeless Toni Storm defended her AEW Women's World Championship title against Mercedes Monet. And there you go. That's basically it for that. Other than that, I don't know what else to bring up here, folks. Oh yeah. Uh Chad Gable, obviously he's gonna be gone. And it's a shame. He got a shoulder injury. He needs to get surgery. That's why they did what they did with Penta, doing the sacrifice onto him. And there you go. He's gonna be gone for a while. He's gonna be gone for the rest of this year, by the way. Same thing with Al Grande and Mrricanjay. Get it? Because he had a similar injury too, by the way. How ironic, huh? Now, I want to mention this too, by the way. So they did an angle with Chad Gable being sacrificed by Penta. With the with the shoulder of his arm being broken, whatever, something like that, right? So Penta, it's the reason that Chad Gable's gonna be gone. Because cause obviously, whatever happened to Chad Gable, he had to he needed to get surgery on his shoulder. I don't know what match it did to him and all, but he needs to get surgery. So Penta was the guy to take him out. And after he's been checked on by doctors and by the Creed brothers. I'm assuming it's doctors there, unless it was officials, whatever. Also, we see from the background creeping up, who we haven't seen in a while, in Ludwig Kaiser. I'm like, what's he doing back there? Why is he looking like he's creeping up and all? Like, it was weird the way the way he just popped out of nowhere in the background, watching Chad Gable being taken out. I didn't think anything of it when I saw that. Like, okay, that was I just to me I just thought that was weird. I see Ludwig Kaiser there. He's just creeping up out of nowhere. Like, okay, that's weird. What? Like, we haven't seen you for God knows how long, and here you are appearing up out of nowhere. I remember last time we saw him, he was being interviewed by maybe Jackie Redmond, and then all of a sudden we get a commotion that happened backstage. I don't remember if it was involved the men's or the women's being attacked, whatever. But after that, you know, they basically got away from him, and that was it. That was last time we saw him. I can't remember when that was when that happened. But that was weird. They did that, and then we never saw him again. Only to see him now here, while he's creeping around and seeing what happened with Chad Gable. And then we get to a new week of for Raw, where Chad Gable is in a sling, and he's talking with Adam Pearce, where that basically Adam Pearce wishing him well, and in a speedy recovery and all, right? And he says, well, and then Adam Pearce, no, it's a shame we're not going to see Grady Mercano around, huh? Which, by the way, remember when um Grady Mercano won the WWE Speed Championship? Yeah, so far so much for that now. So no, he's no longer the Speed Champion now, because Chad Gable, who is Andrade Americano, won the speed championship. So now that's gonna be be dropped for someone else to work to win it. To me, I don't care. I don't care about that belt either way. But well, how are they doing? I don't care because I'm not watching anyways. Because I don't watch their shows on YouTube or I mean on Twitter, I should say, or X. But anyways, but as this all was being discussed, right? With Adam Pierce talking with American Made because they were there as well with the Creepers and Ivy Nile. All of a sudden we see again from the background. Now they I don't I don't know if people called it, but in the background it was once again he was in the far distance. It was once again Ludwig Kaiser once again creeping, stalking American Made and all that, right? And I say to myself, does he want to be part of the group? And I say to myself, well, he can't be part of the group because for one thing, he's not American. He's not made in he wasn't made in America. He was made in Germany. So what is his reasoning of for a reason stalking, creeping up wherever American May shows up, and then we get a segment later on with Ivy Now and the Creepers. What's left for American May because Chad Gable at this point is gone now. He's got recuperate. He's got to get surgery and be gone for the rest of 2025. So basically, the Creepers are most of Brutus is up is very bummed that Chad Gable is not there no more. That Master Gable's not here anymore. And every now is talking to the Creepers. They cannot let Master Gable down. We got to win championships. That whatever, right? And all. And all of a sudden she sees something coming up towards them. And obviously we couldn't see it because it was from the side where the camera couldn't catch it. And then he appears on camera from the side, and it's El Grande Americano. But El Grande Americano has has had a growth spurt. He's a lot more taller than before, and I realized who that was. And like I know that's not Chad Gable, 'cause I know he didn't just had a growth spurt or whatever. It's Ludwig Kaiser, by the way, folks. It's Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser is now dressed up like Grande Americano. How the hell did they find the size of the singlet for Ludwig Kaiser to wear is beyond me. Now, when it comes to the mask, because they sell they sell these masks online now. WE. If you want to buy an El Grande Americano mask, you can buy it online. But it'll take a long time to ship to you because I guess it's one of those pre-order stuff, whatever. I'm assuming. I don't know. I haven't been about checking it out. The WeShop.com as of late, but I digress. But I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, it's the same thing with Chad Gable. With when it comes to what they're doing with Chad Gable, it's the same thing. I'm thinking of what they're doing with Ludwig Kaiser, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, really, this is really what you got for Ludwig Kaiser? This is your idea for Chad Gable being on the shelf because of a shoulder injury that he needs to get surgery on, and instead of going with someone else that could fit the size and the shape and the physique um and the look of Chad Gable to film the role of being El Grande Americano, you decided to go with this is the brilliant mind of this company. They went with Ludwig Kaiser, who has been doing a whole much of nothing, who's also a great wrestler, by the way, a very a great wrestler in the ring, and now he's been reduced to being a tall El Grande Americano. What the fuck are they doing? And then every now, and American Man, I guess they went to go after him, whatever. I can't remember if they did or not. I don't remember. I don't care. I was just disgusted. I'm like, really, this is the best you got for Louis Kaiser. You got rid of Giovanni Vinci for whatever fucking reason you did. Instead of doing something with him, you know, you decided to get rid of him for whatever reason. Who came out of Imperium where he could have been something. Not saying he could have been world champion or anything, but at least he could have been United States champion. You know, you know as a heel foreigner from Italy. Say he could represent being United States champion that any Americans can be. Kind of like how Cesaro did when he was the United States champion. A guy from Swish, talk about how he could be a better United States champion than any Americans has ever been. As that ever been United States champion, whatever. But instead you decided to bury the guy for no reason. And now here you have Louis Kaiser, where you could be doing a lot more with him, and you choose not to. And this is the best role you got for him. While Chad Gable is gone, unbelievable. And that's all there is to it, sir. That's just yeah, easy for me to say, by the way. And that's all there is for me to say about that, folks. That's meant to say. I don't know how did I mumble that word now. But hey, I've never been in a touch speaker that much. But anyways, that's pretty much it, folks. I'm gonna end it from here. Jabber hasn't come back, so I thought he will at least come back, but I guess I guess he's just gone. But yeah, but that's basically it, folks. Nothing much to talk about here. Now I will not be at home watching AW Dynamite because I'll be working, which is unfortunate because AW is doing the 300 episode, so I'm gonna have to miss that. But that's okay. I can always catch you later on. Um, so I won't be doing the stream. That's basically what I'm trying to say is that I won't be able to do the stream, but I will catch a show later on if I can. I'm gonna also try to catch Teen Impact as well. You know, but hopefully it's a good show though because you got Michelle Monet defending her TBS championship against Mia Shirakawa. Which, by the way, maybe look up the card. Hopefully it's on this time. But let me just double check. Hopefully it will be on there. AW Dynamite. When it comes to special episodes, hopefully it's there this time. 300 episode. Nope, still won't show me there. Of course not. Let me go to 2023. Just check something. Okay, I thought it would be a highlight of the 200 episode. Well, I guess not. Oh well. I'll just I'll just go Google it. All right, let me see. AEW Dynamite 200 episode. Where's cage match? If there is if they're even talking about that. All right, I guess I'll go this to sportsyahoo.com to say. Uh Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi, which I already know about that. Mercedes Moné defend her TBS championship against Mina Shirakawa, which I already know about that. All right. Will Ospreay and Schwartz Strickland will team up against the Beast Mortals and Dralistico. Well, it's most for Beast Mortals, being on a hot streak, right? Dating Mercedes Moné, winning the main event with the Death Riders and the Young Fox on that you know summer flopbuster. Only for him to be in the main event of Dynamite after that and lose. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't summer flopbuster. It was AW Grand Slam Mexico. I meant to say. My apologies. And then Dynamite, he was in the main event against Adam Page, but lost. But hey, he was the main event. So, and now he's going to be wrestling in a tag team match with Jalistico, and he's going to lose. So, and I guarantee you, he's going to be the one taking the pinfall. Uh, apparently, Bandino's going to have a match on the show. I don't remember. I don't remember. Let me see. Because it says on Facebook here. I doubt. But it is from AW though. It's in it. Yeah, I can see the. Oh my god, really? And it's gonna be sponsored by Superman, the new movie Superman. When it comes to Kyle Fletcher. Oh, sorry, not Kyle Fletcher. Um, it's Kyle Rowley and Roderick Strong, the Paragon, teaming up with Ring of Honor World Champion Bandino in the match against Kinosuke Tateska and the Cucamonga Fox. And again, we're sponsored by Superman the movie that's coming out on July 11th on the Friday, where this is a heroes versus villains match. And by the way, they're gonna be in Canada, by the way. So, anyways, yeah, that sounds like a stupid idea. And guess who's gonna win? And also on the same week, AEW is gonna be celebrating AEW Collision 100 episode. How ironic that AEW Collision is celebrating 100 episode on the same week that AEW Dynamite is going to celebrate the 300 episode. Is that even true? Are they really up to 100 at this point? So I guess they are. Then again, who's counting? Oh, please no. AEW is trying to do some Superman crossover plan for AEW Dynamite. Oh, please no. Don't. Last time we had a crossover, we got Chainsaw Massacre. We had Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And how that ended up. Oh, speaking of heroes versus villains, Will Ospreay and for Strickland is also that match too. When it comes to the Beast Mortals and Jalisco. All right, so two matches. That's also that's be sponsored with that too as well. Nice. Not really. A four-way match for the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match, and it's going to involve MJF, Anthony Bowens, Brody King, and AR Fox. my question is, who's going to be the one to job against MJF? Because we got three guys in the match that don't win anything. Other than that, I don't know what other matches that they have announced on there. What comes to it, I guess pretty much it. Those matches being announced. So, but there you go, folks. That's all I want to say from there. Um, so I guess that's on the card there. So again, Moshis Monet defend her TBS title against Miya Shirakawa. Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, the Heroes versus the Beast Mortos, Dralistico, the Villains. Same thing that goes with Kyle O'Reilly and Roger Strong and Bandino, the Heroes, versus Konosuke Tateska and the Cucamonga Fox, the Villains. Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada, your days from from the New Japan days. MJF versus Anthony Bowman versus AR Fox versus Billy King in the second spot of the Casino Gauntlet match. That's going to take place at All In, Texas. All right. Of course, there was also something else. There was something else as well. But I think that's pretty much it there. And plus, again, they're gonna, like I said, they're probably gonna do crossover stuff with Superman. That's why. That's why that's not a match they're gonna probably do here as well, just to make the 300 episode feel special. In their words, feel special. But only time will tell. But anyways, folks, I think I'm pretty much done there. So yeah, that's basically what to look forward to for AW's 200 episode of Dynamite. So, but that being said, folks, I'm gonna end it from there. So thank you all for watching. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Welcome to our two moderators, Choco Gamer and Tokyo. Shout out to True Jaybird who has a dip out, but I appreciate him still being part of it, even though Omega Red and Jordan Williams couldn't make it. Shout out also to Dominius Gulu. If I butcher your name, I apologize, but shout out to you as well. And there you go. And for everyone else that didn't chat along, but you still watch, thank you for watching. Hopefully you will do next time. And hopefully you do chat along with us. In the group chat. But make sure to keep it positive with positive energy, positive vibe, positive attitude, and positive good positive all around. So folks, that was Being the Asylum, episode 235. Next time we do an episode of Being the Asylum, it will be episode 236. When that will be, only time will tell. But that being said, for the true Jaybird, it's the natural born thriller. Saying peace on the street story be well. Stay safe. Take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. For I am out here, talked up for now, as habitual and Abdu. Goodbye and good night to all you. Bang. So until next time, folks, whatever that may be, you all have a happy 4th of July. I know 4th of July is not here yet, but when it comes to it, if I don't get a chance to say happy 4th of July to all you, I'm sitting right here right now to let you all know. Have a happy 4th of July to all you. By taking care of yourselves and each other. God bless. I'll see you all next time, and hopefully we'll share our our times on the 4th of July. Which when it comes to me, it'll be me at my job. but hopefully you all have a good 4th of July, and please do not watch SmackDown on the Friday. Spend time with family on the 4th of July. You know, But if you do want to watch SmackDown, you'll get out of the way first by having an express VPN to get out of the way, like in the middle of the afternoon, wherever, to watch it, and then you'll find time to get dressed, whatever, and get all freshened up, so you could go, for to your family and friends, whatever, to have a nice barbecue, some nice beer, whatever type of drinks you will do. Y'all probably will smoke weed and all. You probably will do some crazy shit. They probably will do. So, but my advice to you is don't do anything that I wouldn't do, which means a whole lot of things. So, folks, anyways, you all enjoy the rest of your 4th of July weekends. Because it's gonna be one hell of a 4th of July weekend. So that being said, take care of yourselves and each other. God bless. I'll see you all next time. Peace.